Jonathan Fix is suing his former friend, 23-year-old Mike Willem, for punching him at a bar. Mike says Jonathan was calling his sister disparaging names.
Order. All rise. Yeah, it's case number 93 on the calendar in the matter of Fix versus Willem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Judge Price has been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Mr. Willem, who is this young lady?
This is my sister.
Okay. Would you stand up, please? Move over to your brother. Your last name is?
Willem.
Tell me what relationship you had with Mr. Fix.
We were very good friends for several years.
Just friends?
Just friends.
Did you have a falling out?
Yes.
When?
It was in June of 2009.
Over what?
My roommate and I had some things that we had borrowed from him that he wanted back, and I guess he'd asked her for them back. Were not returned the day
what
he wanted
things?
them back. She borrowed a mattress from him, and then we also had a tuner for our television that he needed back for when he moved into his new house.
And he asked back and you didn't return them?
He asked her back for them, and I don't know what conversation took place there, and they were not returned the same day. The reason we had the falling out was that night he showed up at our house in the middle of the night, screaming, banging, obviously very drunk, demanding I open the door, calling me every name in the book, demanding I let him in.
Did you borrow the things or did your roommate?
We borrowed the TV tuner together.
What does that mean, together?
We borrowed it for our TV to use together.
Who asked him to borrow it?
I believe she did.
So she was his friend as well?
She was his friend as well, yes.
And who borrowed the mattress?
She did.
Well, then why would he be angry with you?
He just wanted his things back, and he knew that I was home. He could hear me. My bedroom window was above the front door, and it was open, and I was on the phone. I just found out I was pregnant that day, actually, so I was on the phone with someone, and he said, I can hear you. I know you're there. Come down and open this door right now. And it was the middle of the night. He was obviously belligerent, very drunk, and I said, I'm not opening the door for you. I'm not. If you want your things back, you can come back. I'm going to call the police. You can get your things back with the police.
Did he come and get his things back?
He left. I called the police.
Did he come and get his things back was my question.
Yes, he did.
When?
The next day.
Okay, so he got his things back.
He got his things back.
And since then you haven't spoken?
Have not spoken.
Now sit down.
Thank you.
So this is what your case is about. You met Mr. Willem, who you evidently knew through his sister, or at a bar.
Right.
And it is your claim that he assaulted you.
Right.
He says he didn't assault you, it's not his fault. You must have fallen when he pushed you because you were drunk, and you shouldn't have been saying bad things about his sister anyway. That's your defense.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. On what date did this incident take place?
March 4th, 2010, around 12:30 a.m.
Where?
At a bar called Mac and Charlie's in Boise, Idaho.
What time did you get to the bar?
About 12:25. I was literally in the bar for about 5 minutes.
Where had you been before?
I was at another bar. I had 2 drinks in the past 2 hours.
Just a second. Don't volunteer any information. I take you were at another bar.
Right.
Why did you leave the other bar?
Because we heard that it was quarter beer night at this other bar, which was cheaper than the dollar beer night that we were at.
What time had you arrived at the bar?
I arrived at about 11 p.m.
So why don't you tell me what happened, Mr. Fix?
Well, I walked into the bar, almost immediately saw Mike. We were both mutually glad to see each other and gave a big hug. And
how long have you known him?
Since I've known Bobby, a couple years. So we exchanged a big hug, and then I started explaining to him why his sister...
No, you're not explaining. What did you say to him? What did he say to you? Gave him a big hug, and then says, good to see you too.
Yeah.
And then somebody said something about his sister.
Right.
That had to be either you or him.
That was me.
What did you say?
I was explaining to him why...
No, what did you say?
I used the B word. I called her a...
What did you say?
I called her a... I shouldn't have done that. I apologize.
Just a second.
Yeah.
I want to know what you said. Yeah. Tell me what you said.
I was explaining the story about why her and I are no longer friends, which is because her story is that I was there...
No, listen to me.
Okay.
I want you to tell me what you said to the defendant.
Okay.
You hugged, he hugged you, good to see you, and then you just dove right in to telling him a story about his sister.
Right, because we hadn't seen each other for a while. Right.
He didn't ask you about his sister.
Right.
What did you say?
Well, I was explaining the story. I said...
is there something wrong with you? And if you don't remember, you say, I don't remember.
I do remember. I was telling the story about...
I don't want to hear I was telling the story. I want to hear
exactly.
I want to hear exactly what you said to him.
I said that his sister and I are no longer friends, and that it was because over a converter box that I went to her house. I had texted her and her roommate over the converter box for the week prior to the digital conversion. I was moving into a new house and I wanted a converter box. And I went over, and I got no response from text messages or voicemails or whatever. I went over to her house. It was not in the middle of the day. I was actually on my way home from work, and I was not drunk. I knocked on the door. I got no response. I heard her inside on the phone. I'm like, I hear you on the phone.
Are you telling me the story, or is this what you're telling him?
Telling you.
I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
I want you to tell me what you said to the defendant on March 4th.
I said, you know, we're not friends anymore, and she's a...
That's what you said.
Yeah.
And what happened after you said that to him?
Well, I looked down on the ground, and then as I was looking up, I saw this hook come across me and punch me right in the jaw. I've got a picture of the wound, if you'd like to see it.
I will in a moment. Now I know what he said to you. His sister and I aren't friends anymore, and he used an unpleasant word in describing her.
2 unpleasant words.
2 together.
Yes, ma'am.
And that made you very...
Angry.
Angry. And what did you do?
I said, look, you know, I don't need to hear these things from you. Maybe you should just leave to enjoy myself. No need to get in any problems.
And that's what you want me to believe you said to him?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't.
He called her in a C word. I told him he should leave and leave me alone.
Why didn't you just walk away?
I don't know.
Keep going.
He then wasn't too happy with me saying that and lunged at me.
He wasn't too happy with you saying what? You're making up a story.
He wasn't happy that I said he should leave and that he should leave me alone. He wasn't happy with my sister. He was drunk, in my opinion. He seemed very drunk, and he lunged at me to push me. And when he did, I then felt I could defend myself, so
Good.
I pushed him back.
Now I got your story, which I don't believe. Can I please see your photographs? Nice punch.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I never did punch him.
This didn't come from a fall.
That's all I know. He could have gotten that from someone else. I hadn't even been drinking, too. So.
Right.
And later today,
All that doesn't sound kosher to me, sir. What you're relaying to me doesn't sound as if it happened. So why don't you retool your answer to me? Retool it and make it truthful. Okay.
Jonathan Fix says former friend Mike Willem punched him in the mouth at a bar. Mike claims he only pushed Jonathan. It was after Jonathan pushed him first.
How many stitches did it take to close
5.
it? Mr. Fix, let me tell you that he's not allowed to put his hands on you in the way he did. And I don't believe his story. I believe he got very angry when you cursed at his sister. He came up, he gave you a hug. That's what you told me. You embraced each other. You hadn't seen each other in a long time. And according to you, the first thing that you did was you said to him, not friends with your sister anymore, she's a blank blank.
Right.
His reaction had to have been, especially after a few 25-cent beers, to punch you in the mouth.
Yes.
Not to say, would you please leave? I don't want to be with you anymore. Please leave. That would not be a normal reaction of somebody who's been at a bar for at least an hour and a half drinking and who has somebody calling his sister a series of names that are unpleasant and unkind after he's a little loose. The reaction and the evidence is that he punched you. Now, aside from the fact that the story that he's trying to tell me today was that he punched you in self-defense because you pushed him first. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I never did punch him.
This didn't come from a fall.
That's all I know. He could have gotten that from someone else. I hadn't even been drinking, too. So.
Right. I don't believe you, sir. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Oh, yeah, he was pretty drunk. He was pretty drunk.
It was very aggressive. He was drunk.
And I had just gotten there. I had 2 beers in me.
He called her and a C word.
But I didn't use the C word.
I told him to leave. He felt that that wasn't enough.
I just said the B word.
So he pushed me, and I pushed him back.
And I apologize.
I was drug out.
Yeah, don't call people's sisters a...
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Coleman versus Duns. Step forward, please.
23-year-old Brittany Coleman is suing her former friend, 18-year-old Gideon Dunns for a loan to secure a venue for a fashion show, bank fees, and the cost of a ticket to the show.
How old are you, Miss Coleman?
I'm 23 years old, ma'am.
What do you do for a living?
I actually was taking care of my grandmother as an in-home care provider.
So you're unemployed?
Right now, yes.
Did you go to school?
I do.
What kind of school do you go to?
A community college.
And what are you studying?
I'm studying for medical assisting.
How many credits do you take?
I'm currently enrolled in 9 for the summer.
Who supports you?
Right now, I support myself. I get unemployment for taking care of my grandmother.
You don't get unemployment for taking care of your grandmother.
Well, that's what it was from. My unemployment was from that.
So your grandmother had been paying you to take care of
Yes.
her, and then she fired you?
Not fired me, someone else, another family member is now currently taking care of her.
And how long were you taking care of her?
2 years.
Who's taking care of her now?
Her daughter.
That's not your mother.
No.
How much was she paying you?
It was from in-home supportive services, and they were paying...
What does it mean, in-home supportive services?
It's like an agency, a county agency, that pays you to take care of her.
What's wrong with your grandmother?
She has Alzheimer's.
So an agency paid by the government pays
Yes.
your grandmother
Yes.
or pays whoever takes care of her.
Yes.
And that's what you were doing,
Yes.
just getting the whole picture,
Okay.
which I now have.
Okay.
You still didn't tell me how much you were receiving from this agency.
It was $11.34 an hour.
How much a week?
It was about $1,400, $1,500 every 2 weeks.
Tell me about this alleged loan that you made to the defendant for a fashion show.
The defendant was a friend of mine, and he called me. He said he was having a fashion show in Sacramento, California, where we reside, and he said he was not able to pay for the place where he was having the fashion show, that he was short on ticket sales, and that his sales hadn't gone through, and everybody that was supposed to have bought a ticket had not, and so he was short. So he needed some money to help pay for the venue. So he called me one day and asked me if I had a bank account, and I told him that I did, and I asked why, and he explained to me that he needed me to take out some payday loans to help him pay for the venue. So on the day of September 29th of 2009, I told him that I would, and he said, under the stipulation that he would pay all the loans back by October 29th of 2009, that he would pay all the loans back in full, and that none of the money that was in my account would be removed or taken out, and that I would have nothing to worry about.
Go.
First off, what she is saying, there's some truth in parts of it, but in most part, there is no truth in it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
After you gave him money, which you claim was a loan, to get the venue, he charged you $25 for a ticket. Is that what you want me to believe?
Yes.
Yes, I don't.
Okay.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Brittany Coleman says former friend Gideon Dunns scammed her on a loan to secure a venue for a fashion show.
Go.
We did not meet till October because we actually met through a mutual friend of ours named Keela.
We met before October.
Don't interrupt him.
Okay.
So we met through a mutual friend, and she found out that I was a fashion designer. And we had similar interests. You know, she said that she wants to be a fashion designer and or an actress. So I said, okay, that sounds good. You know, she asked when was the fashion show, when would it take place? I gave her the dates. I said that yes, you know, it is true that I'm looking for, you know, investors, I guess you can say. And she said, well, since I'm into fashion, you know what I mean, can I help you out with it?
All that doesn't sound, let me tell you something, Mr. Dunn, doesn't sound kosher to me, sir. Her story doesn't sound kosher either. But your story, what you're relaying to me, doesn't sound as if it happened. Those words were not expressed by this woman.
Okay.
Okay. So why don't you retool your answer to me?
Retool it, basically.
Retool it and make it truthful.
Okay. Well, what I said is true, you know, because what she's saying that we were already friends and I called her up.
Put your hand down.
Why would I call someone up, Judge, and say...
I don't answer your questions.
Okay.
I don't answer your question.
Okay, well, I'll restate it. I would never call anyone up to say, can you make some payday loans for me when at the time I was unemployed? My mother was taking care of all the expenses for the fashion show. So it sounds very, very untruthful that I would call her up before I didn't even know her and tell her to do this.
Tell me how it came about that she gave you any money. If you don't remember the exact conversation, say to me, I don't remember.
Oh, I do remember it.
Then tell me,
We were at a mutual friend of ours' house, and we were sitting there talking, and she actually introduced us. And we had the conversation that I am a fashion designer, and my friend said, well, tell her about the show that you're putting on. Explain to her about the show. She said that she wanted to help out. So I said, okay, what do you want to do as far as helping out? She said, well, what do you need help with? I said, I need help with the venue and with ticket sales. I gave her a portion of the tickets, and I had a portion of the tickets.
Okay. How many tickets did you give her?
I gave her 250 tickets.
Wow. And how many tickets did you keep?
250.
Do you have any of the tickets?
I have the flyer. The ticket was just a smaller thing like this.
Okay, can I see that, please?
I actually have a copy of the ticket.
I'd like to see it.
Yes.
Okay, and how much money did she give you?
She gave me $800.
And what was the $800 for?
The $800 was to go towards some of the tickets and also the venue.
And when were you supposed to get to a break-even point?
I want to say it was like November 10th was the date that we met back up to see how many tickets we had both sold. She came back.
How many tickets did you sell?
I sold 150 tickets.
And how many tickets did she sell?
None.
Did she still have all the tickets in her possession?
I'm pretty sure she did, because we were supposed to come back and see how many tickets she sold after I pushed the date back.
Ms. Coleman, where are the tickets that you had?
He never gave me any tickets, ma'am. He only gave me the one that I purchased, which was $25.
Why would you purchase a ticket from him?
Because he was a friend, and he told me that he was throwing a fashion show. So I was going in support of him.
When did you purchase the ticket? On what date?
I'm not sure of the exact date that I purchased the ticket.
Was it before or after you gave him money?
No, this is after.
After you gave him money?
Yes.
Which you claim was a loan to get the venue?
Yes.
Did him a big favor?
Yes.
He charged you $25 for a ticket. Is that what you want me to believe?
Yes.
Yes, I don't. Your whole story. I don't believe his either. I think it was something sort of a mix. Anyway,
the fashion show never actually took place, Judge, because the defendant never came on her part of the bargain. That's why it didn't take place, because this was a business venture that she decided to come up on with me. And when it was time to show face on what happened, on what took place, like where was the ticket sales, she brought nothing to the table. And as I pushed back the date and said, okay, let's meet again and see how many tickets you sold, there was an excuse of there's been a lot going on, so she still sold no tickets. And I understand the money that she's saying, you know, that she came out of pocket for, but let's speak about the money that I came, you know, out of pocket for.
How many investors did you have?
I actually had a total of 4.
Mm-hmm. How much money are you collecting now for unemployment?
I get $1,400 a month.
A month?
Yes.
And you get that because prior to that you had been paid to take care of your grandmother
Yes.
by a state agency?
Yes.
And how long has your grandmother had Alzheimer's?
About 4 years.
Who took care of her before you?
Her daughter.
Which daughter?
The same one that's taking care of her currently.
And why did she stop?
Because she went off, she returned to school, and she wanted to take some other
And when she took off taking care of your grandmother, I assume she got unemployment as well?
Yes.
Goodbye. I don't believe you. Toodles. Case is dismissed.
Parties are excused.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy, Joseph claims Deputy Mueller was verbally abusive during a traffic stop.
Order. All rise.
That's case number 235 on the calendar in the matter of Mola versus Nzunza.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Mr. Nzunza, the plaintiff is a police officer, and he gave you 2 tickets, moving violations. On what date?
February 11th, 2010.
It is his complaint that the complaint that you filed against him for rude conduct was unfounded. And while the police department conducted an investigation and found that the allegations were unfounded, that report will remain in his file. And he believes that since you maliciously filed that police report, he should be compensated. That's what your case is about,
Yes,
correct? Okay. So I'm going to start with you, since it's your report that's really the subject of this litigation. What time were you pulled over by Officer Moeller?
7:35 a.m., Your Honor.
Where were you going?
To work, Your Honor.
And I gather from your answer, sir, that you heard or saw Officer Moeller at some point and did not immediately pull over.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct?
Yes.
How far did you travel before you pulled over?
Less than half a mile.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you're going to explain to me why you didn't pull over, irrespective of whether he was going to give you a ticket or whether you had done anything wrong. You saw him, and for a half mile, which is quite a distance, you didn't pull over. You want to explain why?
Yes, Your Honor. There have been at least a half a dozen car crashes, including one fatality on Hesperia Road. When I saw his lights behind me, I was in the flow of traffic. He zeroed in on me, and there are various signs along that road that say no parking. I did not feel safe. I just did not think it was appropriate to pull over at that point. I was trying to avoid an accident, and so between 10 and 15 seconds, I ended up pulling over into a parking lot.
What did you get a ticket for?
I was cited for speeding and also failure to yield, Your Honor.
How fast were you going?
Somewhere between 57 and around 62 miles per hour.
And what was the zone?
45, Your Honor.
So there's no question you were speeding.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I'm going to jump for a moment. You also got a ticket for failing to pull over for an emergency vehicle, which clearly you did. Now, you could have pled guilty and paid both fines by mail. In order for you to appear, you had to plead not guilty.
Correct, Your Honor.
So you pled not guilty, and you appeared in court.
Yes. Can I explain something on that point?
No.
Okay.
When you appeared in court, did you have a hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you found guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
So that I don't have to go into any of the particulars. A court already found you guilty and you paid your fine. On what date did you go to court?
Around July. I'm not sure exactly what the date was.
July of 2010.
Yes, Your Honor.
On what date did you file the complaint that is the subject of this case?
The following day, Your Honor.
So you did not file a formal complaint in February?
I went down to the station, but not formally.
My question is, you did not file a formal complaint in February?
Correct.
March?
Correct.
April?
Correct.
May?
Correct, Your Honor.
June?
Correct.
The entire month of July until after the hearing?
Correct.
That doesn't sound good for you, Mr. Inuza.
Okay.
So far, do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, I do.
You weren't offended enough to file a formal complaint until after you were found guilty. That would tick me off if I was an officer. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
You understand why?
Yes, I do.
Now, I want you to explain to me what it was between February 2010 and July of 2010 that somehow got you all worked up. You had February, March, April, May, June, and part of July, 6 months. What was it during that 6-month period, sir, that got you all worked up? Just a second. Make sure it's something that I'm going to find credible.
Okay, Your Honor. Well, I'm just going to tell you the truth. The same day after I received the 2 citations, I went down to his superior and spoke to the sergeant, and he received...
Don't tell me what you said to the sergeant.
No, I'm not.
Or what the sergeant said to you.
Okay. But he did hand me the complaint process guidelines and
So
procedures.
you had the complaint process.
Yes.
Go ahead.
All I can say is that, you know, I'm a professional. I'm extremely busy. My boss...
Not an excuse.
Okay.
Now, do you think that if you had been found not guilty or if Officer Moeller failed to appear, you would have gone down and filed a complaint?
Yes.
I want to see the complaint you filed.
Yes, ma'am.
Because actually, this is going to be a very, very simple case for me to do. Why is this dated June 14th, 2010?
That must have been when I turned it in, Your Honor.
No, you crossed out a date and put in June 14th, 2010.
I had been...
There's a date crossed out.
Yes, ma'am. I had begun filling it out prior, and since time had passed by, I decided just to change the date because...
Hey, you told me that you didn't go down and file the complaint until the day after your trial, which is in July. This says June 15th.
I'm mistaken, Your Honor.
What do you mean you're mistaken?
I'm mistaken. My
About
trial,
what?
About the date of the trial. It must have been the day before that, Your Honor.
So it was in June?
Yes, ma'am. I apologize for the inaccuracy on that.
You see, it doesn't have much impact on you, sir, because all you did was go down and file something. It didn't have any impact on your career. It only had an impact on somebody else's career, so the date wasn't that important to you. We are beginning to understand each other, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You tell him you want him to change the color of the car because you say, my car is silver, it's not tan. Who cares? You were being a wise guy, a speeding wise guy.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Deputy Sheriff Brian Mueller says motorist Joseph Inzunza filed a false complaint against him, alleging he was verbally abusive during a traffic stop.
Now, was June 14th a work day or not a work day?
I believe it was a work day, Your Honor.
And you filed this complaint the next day. So did you take a little time off from work the next day to go down and file the complaint?
It just took about 10 minutes. It was during my lunch break.
My question to you was, did you take some time off to go down and file this complaint?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you were too busy February, March, April, May, and up until June 15th to file the complaint. All of a sudden, you find 2 days in which you have some spare time. That's interesting. We're beginning to understand each other, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Somebody else's career is just important as yours. What do you do for a living?
I'm a school psychologist.
Yeah. Your complaint first says that the officer came up, and when you finally did pull over, he was red-faced and he was screaming at you, when I tell you to pull over, you pull over. And you said, okay, that's what I'm trying to do. And he responded, if I don't think it's safe, I will tell you, now pull over. And then you pulled over into a parking lot.
Can I clarify?
Yes.
As I was entering the parking lot of the Little Country Cafe, I pulled into the driveway and stopped because he immediately got next to my car. I rolled down my window and he started screaming his head off.
What did he say?
He said what I had written there, which was pull over.
What did he say?
He said, pull over. When I say stop, you pull over immediately.
Right. And?
Now, pull over. And I said, that's what I'm trying to do.
So you answered him back, and he said?
And then you motioned for me to pull over, so I pulled into a spot.
Now he pulls over. Come on, keep talking.
Okay, then I pulled into a parking spot, and then he parks behind me, blocking traffic of the driveway, and then he gets off his motorcycle and walks up to my vehicle.
Correct.
And then he comes into where my window would be, the frame of my door, and actually his face is in my car almost, and he's in my window and just screaming like a maniac.
No. I want you to tell me what he said.
He continued saying...
No, I want you to tell me. So far, he hasn't said anything wrong. When I tell you to pull over, you pull over. And you probably said to him, I didn't think it was safe. And he says, I'll tell you if I don't think it's safe. When I tell you to pull over, you pull over. Perfect. Now tell me what he was saying to you.
He continued yelling...
Say.
Again.
What did he say?
He was saying the same thing. He was saying, pull over. When I said pull over, whenever there's an emergency vehicle behind you, you pull over immediately. I don't care if it's safe. I don't care if it's not. You pull over when I say. And then he stopped.
Just a second. Say that again, what you just said to me.
When there's an emergency vehicle behind you, you pull over. I don't care if it's safe. If it's not safe, I'll tell you to pull over.
No, now you're making it up as you're going along, because that's not what you say in your answer.
If you don't feel it's safe...
That's not what you say in your answer, sir.
He said, I don't care if you don't feel it's safe. I'll tell you when to pull over.
That's not what you even say here, sir.
I'm just trying to recall exactly what I wrote.
Well, you recall it better now, or you recall it better 6 months ago, is my question.
I recalled it better 6 months ago.
You recalled it better 6 months ago, when it was fresh in your mind. That's why you're supposed to file a complaint as soon as it happens, not when you're thinking about it later, when you're making it up as you're going along.
That was a mistake.
What you said was, in a quote, if I don't think it's safe, I will tell you. Now pull over. He didn't say to you, I don't care if it's safe or not.
Okay. I misquoted.
That's a big difference.
Yes, it is.
Well, that's why you're supposed to do things when they're fresh in your mind, not when you're mad because you were found guilty.
Okay.
Now, according to you, after he was finished yelling, he stepped back, took a deep breath, and began to audio tape our conversation. Now, when he began to audio tape your conversation, was he also rude to you?
He continued to be rude.
That's what I want to know. Tell me how he was rude when he was audio taping your conversation.
Well, he refused to change the color of, he wrote that the color of my car was tan, it's silver. He refused to change it to the correct color. And also, because of the way he was yelling and screaming and treating me, I already was thinking about talking to his superior, so I wanted to know his name. So, but it looks like, you can't even read what it says. It says, his name is Moeller, and it looks like it said M-U-F-R-A.
Did it have a shield number on it?
Yes, but I couldn't see it.
You couldn't see it?
I just couldn't, I mean...
Now, officer, all I want you to do is play for me when he starts to argue with you about changing the color of the car and your name. That I want to hear.
If you give me a moment, I'll get to that.
Absolutely.
pull to the right. Whatever you're gonna write, so I can create. Sir, thanks for your patience. Here's your information back. All right, green side at unsafe speed for road conditions 67 and a 45. Locked in on the laser at 253 feet south of where I was at. You're also being cited for failing to yield to an emergency vehicle. Your court date is April 16th at 8:30. Night court is April 1st at 4 o'clock at the Victorville Courthouse. Need you to sign here in the red box. You're signing for the promise to appear. You are not admitting guilt by signing.
Do you want to put the correct color of my car? It's not tan.
Okay, that's fine.
You want it's pewter, it's for silver.
Okay, you need to sign in the red box, sir.
But the information is not correct.
Okay, you can debate that in court.
Things that are not correct? I mean, does this look tan? I don't know.
In my glasses, it does. Sir, you need to sign in the red box.
What does it say? N-C-U?
Yes, that's my last name. You need to sign in the red box.
Well, I know. Can I read something?
I've explained to you what you're being cited for, so you need to sign in the red box, sir.
M-U-L-E-R?
I'm giving you a lawful order to sign in the red box. If you do not sign in the red box, you're going to go to jail for resisting, delaying, or obstructing an officer. You're going to get a copy of the citation, and you can review the citation. You were explained what you were being cited for. My name is right there. It's M-O-L-E-R. Thanks for your patience. You're free to go.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What I sort of found out here in California, everybody thinks that everybody else has to surround them with their arms and give them a whole bunch of kumbaya and love. I come from Brooklyn. If a cop's giving you a ticket, he doesn't give you a whole lot of loving along with the ticket.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Deputy Sheriff Brian Mueller says motorist Joseph Inzunza filed a false complaint against him after a traffic stop. Joseph is alleging that Deputy Mueller was verbally abusive.
Now,
Your Honor, can I say one thing, reference the dates?
Yes.
That he's incorrect on. The court case was on June 15th.
Yeah.
Mr. Inzunza filed the complaint. It's down here at the bottom on that same date at 1:47 in the afternoon. So he filed it the same day of the court case. And I have the subpoena here if you'd like to see that.
I would. Mr. Inzunza, did you go to court on April 16th?
Yes, I did.
What happened?
I wasn't sure that I was actually guilty of failure to yield because I felt I was just trying to be safe. So I just pled not guilty on that particular citation.
When you went to trial, did you go to trial on the speeding and the failure to yield?
Yes, both, Your Honor.
Both. So you had to have pled not guilty on both.
Yes, yes, you are correct.
Officer Moeller says that you filed the complaint, and he has a copy of it, and it's signed in on the same date that you were found guilty. So it wasn't the next day.
That was inaccurate. It was the same day.
You had a lot of inaccuracies, sir. You're a school psychologist, Mr. Inzunza?
Yes, Your Honor.
In what kind of school?
A high school, Your Honor.
You deal with boys and girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's assume you were counseling a 14-year-old freshman, and she went home and said to her mother that you inappropriately exposed yourself to her, which wasn't true. And they did an investigation. The investigation was unfounded, that this was a young girl who regularly makes those kinds of accusations if she wants to get out of class, if she wants an excuse for not doing something. You think that that would stay with you for a long time?
Yes, it would.
You think that that might affect the way the school system deals with you?
Definitely.
Even though it was unfounded?
Definitely.
Even though it was unfounded. Now, let's assume that she made that kind of an accusation, and all you did was lean over her shoulder in a very innocent way, put your arm around her and say, don't worry, everything is going to be okay. So she said it was inappropriate. And you had to go through an investigation because she said you inappropriately touched her. Do you understand where we're going, Mr. Inzunza?
Yes, I do.
Sometimes your conduct can affect somebody else's professional career, even though legally and within the workplace it's unfounded. It stays with you because people look at you differently. They view your progress differently. They view your promotion sometimes differently. They said, look, not founded, but you know, where there's smoke, sometimes there's fire. So if we have two choices, if we can promote Inzunza to something or somebody else, why should we get involved with somebody that had this inappropriate complaint even though it was unfounded? We understanding each other, sir?
Yes, we do.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Now, what I find fascinating, Mr. Iannuso, is that you had this very well put together complaint that clearly you had it on the back burner for some time, and you could have filed it at any time.
Yes.
You chose not to file it until after you were convicted. That doesn't sit well with me.
Okay.
You got it?
I do understand, but because it was deemed unfounded doesn't mean that it's not valid. I mean, it's the
not
truth.
valid. He doesn't have to talk to you like your mother. Where do you live?
In Hesperia.
You know, because what I sort of found out here in California, and I'm not from California, everybody thinks that everybody else has to surround them with their arms and give them a whole bunch of kumbaya and love. You know, I come from Brooklyn. If a cop's giving you a ticket, he doesn't give you a whole lot of loving along with the ticket. People out here in California seem to think that everybody's got to love you, including a cop giving you a ticket. I don't understand that. I mean, I think that his tone to you was clip and lacking warmth and empathy, but unprofessional. By the way, you tell him you want him to change the color of the car because you say, my car is silver, it's not tan. Who cares? You were being a wise guy, a speeding wise guy. So what do you want from him, Officer Mola?
Well, Your Honor, I think he should pay the full $5,000. This stays in my file for 7 years. I've been a deputy sheriff for 5 years. 5 years is when we start the promotion process.
Have you ever had a complaint before?
Never.
In 5 years?
In 5 years.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy, 22-year-old Amy Dixon for vandalizing their cars and for stealing property.
Order. All rise.
Yeah, it's case number 245 on the calendar in the matter of Downing Wiedenheft versus Dixon.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing, Judge?
Good.
Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have a seat.
Your name is?
Lance Wiedenheft.
This was your girlfriend for a while?
Yes, ma'am.
And Miss Downing, this was a dear friend of yours for a long time. It is your claim that she has some property that you loaned to her.
Yes, ma'am.
You want it back. And additionally, that she damaged, because she had a tiff with the two of you about something, that she damaged both of your cars. You want to tell me when and where this happened?
Yes, ma'am. On March 13th, Amy was out with her mother, and she came back to the house. She texted Lance saying that she was...
What house did she come back?
My house.
Was she living with you?
Yes, ma'am.
How long had she been living with you?
She actually, in January, she gave me a phone call and said that she cheated on her husband and she was pregnant, and he kicked her out and she had no place for her and her 2 kids to go. So my fiance and I allowed her to come and stay with us for a little bit to try to help her get her back on her feet. And about a month after she lived with us, she ended up contacting the neighbor next door and moved next door. And
moved next door?
Next door to our condo.
When you moved into the other apartment, who did you rent that from?
I was under the understanding that her boyfriend, Brendan, was part of the condo, like, board or whatever they call it, and I was under the assumption that I could stay in that condo and they were going to protect me and I could stay there for a couple months.
So what you're telling me is you were a squatter in a vacant apartment?
They were supposed to be taking care of me.
Listen to me. How old are you?
22.
How many children do you have?
2.
You have a husband?
No.
Did you have a husband?
At the time, yes.
Nobody else is supposed to take care of you, so you were a squatter in an empty apartment.
They were renting it to me.
They were renting it to you even though they didn't own it?
Right.
Now you can stand. Move. You're the fiancé?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You're part of the homeowners association?
I am on the condo board, yes, ma'am.
Very good. This empty apartment, what was the unit number?
The unit number is 18, ma'am.
And what is your unit number?
20, ma'am.
Who owns unit 18?
It would be an owner of Shlogovic. He's in Italian.
He's an Italian.
Yes,
and where does he live?
Fort Lauderdale, ma'am.
So he doesn't live in this unit?
No, ma'am.
Who contacted him in Fort Lauderdale about Miss Dixon moving into his empty apartment?
Miss Dixon stated to us that she had contacted them and gotten a key from him and then
From
moved
him?
in. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Up. Put your hand down. Got it. So Miss Dixon was a squatter.
Correct.
In an empty apartment.
Correct.
That you knew was going to be empty because the owner lives in Fort Lauderdale.
Correct.
Sit. You would get to it eventually. Now, how many months did you live in this apartment?
About 8 weeks.
Was it empty of furniture when you moved in?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you sit on?
At the time, Melinda and her boyfriend had extra furniture.
What did you sit on when you moved in?
Their furniture.
What furniture?
Their extra furniture that they had put in storage.
What furniture requires a sofa, a chair, a bed? Name the furniture.
Couches.
Couches. How many?
2.
What else?
That's it. Everything else after that point I had gotten myself.
From where?
Like the used furniture stores.
2 couches. What about a television?
The television she had given to me.
I just asked you where you got it from. So you got 2 couches and 1 television from Miss Downing.
Mm-hmm.
What else did you get from Miss Downing?
Little knickknacks.
Knickknacks like what?
Like candle holders and placemats.
What about a bed?
No.
Where did you get the bed from?
I didn't have a bed.
Where did your children sleep?
They had their little kids' mattresses.
Where'd they get them from?
My mother.
Lance was actually living with her at the time, and she did not have anything for her boys to sleep on. They actually slept on the floor or the couch.
You were living with her?
I still had my own place back up in Stewart, though. I was just staying down there. We were getting in a relationship. I was staying there for about a month, and then things went bad.
What did you sleep on when you stayed with her?
I brought my own mattress down. I had an extra mattress, an air mattress I brought down for us to sleep on. And they slept usually on the couch. The kids.
2 children?
Yeah.
Now, Miss Dixon, where are the 2 couches?
When I left the condo, I left them there.
Did you ever come back for them?
No.
What about the TV?
The TV was never... The TV was broken, and I left that.
What did you do with it?
I left it there.
There were 2 TVs, and she damaged one of them, and the second one she did take with her.
No.
Okay. Now, I want somebody to tell me, did you retrieve the couches?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
They, one couch was stained extremely bad.
Fine, so you didn't retrieve it?
Correct.
That's your problem. Now, was your boyfriend living with you, your fiancé living with you at the time that he allowed Miss Dixon to be a squatter in this apartment?
He didn't allow her to
Sure he
stay
did.
there.
He gave me the key.
Sure he did. Absolutely did. No question in my mind, he did.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
They took away your children, so you take care of his children when he's working, and your brother is taking care of your children court-placed. Is that what you're telling me? In the state of Florida.
And later today.
You think you're smarter than me?
No.
These idiots think they're smarter than me? Huh?
Wiedenheft claim Amy Dixon vandalized both of their cars and refuses to return furniture and clothing.
Okay. When did you stop dating Miss Dixon?
What was it? March 13th.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding that, sir.
Well, I was working a lot, and it was late. I was working, and she called me. She was going out drinking. Within a month, I really don't want to put up with a girl that just goes out drinking without me whenever, to bars. So I said, I'm not putting up with this. I'm going to go grab my stuff, and, you know, we'll talk later. And she was, you know, intoxicated or whatever. So I was working. I was done. Go grab my stuff and put it in my car, and then I went next door to their house. And that's when she came back all drunk and mad, trying to call me. I wouldn't talk to her because I don't want to deal with that.
Listen to me carefully. Where were her children?
A babysitter was at the house.
The state has not taken her kids away.
How old a babysitter?
She was 16.
Yeah, she was young.
You know, doesn't he speak?
Sorry.
Is there something wrong with him?
Sorry.
What was the name of the babysitter? Do you know?
I don't recall.
Her name was Heather.
Are your 2 children still with you, Miss Dixon?
No, ma'am.
Where are they?
They are with my brother.
Are they court-placed with your brother?
Yes.
And where does your brother live?
In Daytona Beach.
When did the court place the children with your brother?
3 months ago.
Were you court ordered into any program?
No, ma'am.
Well, what do you have to do in order to get your children back?
I had to do 12 hours of anger management and domestic violence classes and batterers classes, and I had to take a 6-hour parenting program.
Did you take the parenting program?
Yes, I completed everything.
So when are you going to get your children back?
September 27th.
And who is this?
This is my boyfriend.
Is he the father of either one of these children?
No, ma'am.
Are you living with him?
Yes, ma'am.
Does he have children?
Yes, ma'am.
How many?
3.
How old?
10, 5, and 2.
Who do they live with?
Us.
Great. So they took away, I just trying to wrap my head around this. They took away your children, so you take care of his children when he's working, and your brother is taking care of your children court-placed. I just get my head around the basics of this. Is that what you're telling me? In the state of Florida. Okay. You want to get to the damage to your car on March 13th?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
I'm looking at him, not you. Go.
Well, on March 13th, like I said, I broke over there, went and got my stuff, went next door, was just relaxing. She kept calling me. I wouldn't answer. Didn't want to talk to her. She was intoxicated. I don't need that. So she texted me saying she was going to mess up my car if I didn't talk to her. So we heard the window break.
Not we.
Well,
you.
Yeah, I heard.
I mean, I just want to know if you didn't hear it, then I'll hear from another witness.
Yeah. No, I heard the window break. Melinda went out front to see what was going on. I didn't want to go out.
Who went out front?
I did.
Melinda.
Okay, Miss Downing, when you went out front, what did you see?
I went downstairs and I saw Amy throwing rocks, and it was hitting Lance's windshield. And she was screaming and yelling, and she proceeded to then attack her mom. And then after she attacked her mom, she came after me. And
what was your mother doing there?
My mother was visiting for the weekend, and I did not attack my mother.
Just a second. Your mother was listen to me carefully, Miss Dixon.
Yes.
Very carefully. Your mother was visiting you for a weekend. Mm-hmm. Where was your mother on the evening of March 13th?
She was with me.
Where had you been?
Me and my mother went out to dinner.
So you and your mother went out to dinner, leaving the children home with Heather.
Right.
Got it. And what time did you and your mother get home?
About 11 o'clock.
That's a long dinner.
We left at like 8:39.
That's a long dinner.
My mom and I haven't spoken months.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
they don't rent you a car with a United States Uniformed Services card, identification and privilege, that you can buy on 14th Street in Manhattan. Do we understand each other?
That's a valid United States military ID.
Do we understand each other?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Melinda Downing and Lance Wiedenheft claim Amy Dixon vandalized both of their cars and refuses to return furniture and clothing.
Okay. Can I see an estimate for the glass on your windshield, please?
And I also have pictures of his windshield.
I'd like to see it. Okay. Now, I want to know what damage you claim to your car.
Amy came back on April 3rd and actually keyed the side of my car when she came back to get the rest of the belongings.
Well, tell me about that, please.
We were actually not at the house. We have a video camera set up that
prove that I did it.
Shh,
and
up. When you say you have a video camera,
just like threatening. I don't have actual proof showing that she did it.
She probably did it, but it's very hard to prove unless you bring me the video. Do you understand? Okay. Now, aside from the two couches that I gather are old stained couches, what items do you claim she stole from you?
She stole 2 couches.
No, forget couches.
2 TVs.
Forget TVs.
A side table.
What side table?
And my clothes.
Forget your clothes. What side table?
It was just a side table put in between the couches.
Did you take that with you?
No, ma'am.
That's all nonsense. You owe him $181 to fix his windshield. Do you understand?
I didn't break his windshield.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Sure you did. So you have to pay for his windshield. But that's it. I would suggest that you concentrate your time, Miss Dixon, on getting your children home. From no children to 5 children is a big step. Do we understand each other, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand. You have to do what's right for your children. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't there a question in your mind if the state has intervened to take away children? So whether or not this is an appropriate caretaker for your 2 young children?
I know she's a good caretaker. I've been around her.
So the state of Florida was incorrect?
I think so, yes.
Why do you think the state of Florida removed? Do you think that there was a conspiracy with our brother?
No.
Well, tell me why you think the state of Florida...
I think there were some accusations against her that she wasn't being a good mother.
Like what?
That's what her ex-boyfriend or her husband or whatever said, is from what I hear.
You mean you think that the state of Florida is going to remove children based upon accusations from an ex-husband?
Yes.
Has the state of Florida been to your home for a home visit?
No.
So the caseworker is aware, to your knowledge, or unaware, that Miss Dixon is caring for other young children?
I'm not sure. I haven't spoke with her caseworker.
Oh, goodbye, goodbye. You owe him $181. State of Florida is now aware. It's up to the state of Florida. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm ready to move on.
I just hope Amy learns her lesson from everything after this.
Her boyfriend actually handcuffed me and pushed me down the stairs.
I'm a criminal justice major.
That I'll never hear from her again.
I'm going to be now more aware of what I allow people to come into my home and do now.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Castro versus Ahmed step forward.
Margaret Castro is suing her former friend, Basim Ahmed, for unpaid rental car fees.
Ms. Castro, is your claim that the defendant owes you money for a rental car that you rented in your name for him?
Correct.
All right. And you know him for how long?
Since we were children, we lived across the street from each other.
And from what company did you rent this car for him?
Dollar Rent-A-Car.
Dollar?
Yes.
I'd like to see the contract.
This is a bill and everything that Dollar...
I don't want a bill. I want the contract that you signed for the car from Dollar.
I have it. It's in my purse.
Perfect. Get it.
Yes.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Have you been cheated? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
All right, Ms. Castro, now I'd like to see the rental agreement. What's your name?
Margaret Castro.
Well, that's not who this is.
Oh, Margaret Machine. I have 2 last names. I'm married.
Did you sign this?
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to read what it says under additional drivers. What does it say, additional drivers?
There's not supposed to be no additional drivers.
Excuse me?
There's not supposed to be any additional drivers.
That's what it says. You think I'm going to compensate you because you gave him a car when you told Dollar Rent-A-Car that there were going to be no additional drivers and he doesn't have a driver's license?
Well, when we rented the vehicle, he showed me a valid driver's license, and also I have retaken the car away from him. I want you to show me your valid driver's license in the name Castro. It's in my purse. Can I go back?
Yes. Show me a valid driver's license in the name Castro. Yeah.
Can I say something?
No. Not so very good. Sir, you look like you're really going to come out on top on this case. Don't speak.
It's talking to me.
You think you're smarter than me?
No.
These idiots think they're smarter than me?
Idiots?
Huh?
Idiots. Who's an idiot?
Valid driver's license in the name Castro. Valid driver's license in the name, whatever the name on the contract is.
I have a military.
Give it to me. You think you're smarter than I am?
No.
Goodbye. Let me explain something to you, madam. According to your complaint, which I read very carefully, you had an agreement with the defendant to rent a car for him. You rented a car for him according to you, and he was supposed to pay you for it. And you also told the car company that you were going to be the only driver, whether your name was Castro. And this is not a valid driver's license. This is an identification card. That's different. We understand each other. They don't rent you a car with a United States Uniformed Services card, identification and privilege, that you can buy on 14th Street in Manhattan. Do we understand each other?
That's a valid United States military license.
Do we understand each other? Very good. Goodbye, Miss Castro.
No, but wait a minute.
Goodbye.
No.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
So what happened now?
Out the back door to your right. That's
just
what
a
happened.
second. Bert, I want to tell... I want to tell him...
And the loan.
Quiet. I want to tell you what happened, sir. You won.
Thank you.
Out the back door to your right.
Wait a minute. What about the loan and the tickets that he owes me?
Pay them.
Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
Yes, case number 241 on the calendar, the matter of Casno versus Salinas.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Mr. Casno, facts of the case are relatively simple and not in dispute. What kind of a car do you own?
Wasn't his, a 2006 BMW 325i.
And you brought it to the defendant's shop for the purposes of doing some repairs.
Correct. The vehicle had been vandalized and needed body work.
Brought it to Mr. Salinas' shop and you left it there. On what date did you leave it there?
The 20th of March, 2010 at about 8:15 in the morning.
Is that correct so far, Mr. Salinas?
That's correct.
Then your car was involved in a hit and run.
Yes, Your Honor.
On what date?
The same day.
Do you know what time?
I'm going to say roughly 7:30, Your Honor. I wasn't there.
In the evening?
In the evening.
How were you notified that your car was involved with a hit and run?
Well, my wife and I were at home and heard a loud knock at our front door, looked out, and there was a Los Angeles Sheriff's deputy at the door. He demanded to know my name and where my car was, and I subsequently learned that the vehicle had been involved in a hit-and-run accident.
Do you know what kind of a hit-and-run?
Again, I'm getting this...
Involving a pedestrian and another car?
No, it was another vehicle, Your Honor. I have the driver of that other vehicle in court with me.
Stand up, please. Tell me your name.
Stephanie Delgado.
You were involved in an accident on the 20th of March?
Yes, I was the other driver that hit the BMW.
You hit the BMW?
Well, he was making an unsafe left turn, and I was going straight on Sepulveda. And I guess he was going to get into a car accident with the car in the right lane, but he stepped on he was trying to step on the brake, and once I viewed the whole scene, I tried stopping, but I couldn't. I hit the car, stepped out of the vehicle to check if the other driver was fine. Once I approached the vehicle, it was like gonna flee the scene. So I approached it and it took off with me. So
what do you mean it took off with you?
Like it dragged me.
Car dragged you?
Yes.
How far?
Like less than a block, like around the corner, kind of.
Were you injured?
Yeah, both knees. I had a back contusion, hip contusion, my ankles. I have pictures if you want to see them.
There are also photos of her vehicle.
To my vehicle.
I'd like to see that. Did you see the driver of the car?
Yes, it was a Hispanic driver, and small world. A friend of mine is actually cousins with the driver.
Do you know the driver's name?
I gave the whole information to my detective that was taking care of my case. So
Did they arrest the driver?
No, they were never capable of finding the driver. I actually have a sheet that states that they were never capable of finding who was a real driver or any information based on the driver.
But you knew who it was, or somebody you knew?
Yes, because my friend had approached me and she told me so.
You can't tell her what anybody told you. Okay. And Mr. Salinas, there was lots of damage done to the plaintiff's BMW. Thank you. You can sit down now. You say it's not your responsibility. I'm ready to hear that. You own the body shop that accepted his car.
Right.
Somehow, his car got off your lot and was involved in an accident.
Right.
So it was being driven in an unauthorized manner.
Yes.
You explain to me why that's not your fault.
First of all, the vehicle, when this guy took the vehicle, I was not in the shop.
I don't care whether you were in the shop or if you're on Mars.
Well, this guy, he doesn't work for me.
I don't care whether he doesn't work for you either.
The only problem that I see right here, it was my fault.
I don't care what you see.
Insurance.
Listen to me. I don't care what you see. You own
A body shop.
A body shop.
Right.
You accepted his car for the purpose of repairing it, which is what your body shop is for.
Right.
Once you take his car into your shop, you are responsible for it. Now, I assume you have insurance. In this case, someone got the keys to his car.
Right.
That's as a result of your negligence, either yours or one of your employees.
He was not my employee.
Just a second. Somehow, Mr. Salinas, I believe, sir, that you're confused, and I'm trying to explain it to you. But you're going to have to do something that God really was gifted about. He gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason.
Right.
So I want you to put on your 2 ears and listen with your 2 ears. One way or another, either because you gave someone the car keys or you allowed the car keys to be placed in a place where they could be taken by somebody in an unauthorized manner, it's your fault. You are responsible for the safekeeping of that car and its keys. If a burglar comes into your store and you have the keys locked up in a safe so that you have done everything that you can to safeguard those keys, maybe you could say, well, I can't be responsible because I've done everything that I can to safeguard those keys. I put them in a safe when I left my business. I locked them up. Someone came in with dynamite, opened up the safe, and took the keys. But that's not what happened.
All I can say, I'm not responsible if anybody brings to my place and takes a car. I'm responsible not having insurance, but not somebody trying to steal a car in my property.
Listen to me carefully. You were negligent. You or your employee was negligent in...
It was not my employee.
2 ears, 2 ears, 1 mouth, 2 ears. You or one of your agents left his keys in such a place that somebody got access to them and took his car. You are responsible for that because it's your place of business.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I mean, are you thick or what? I'm telling you, I'm the lawyer.
Right.
Unless you went to law school, sir, and practiced law for 40 years, you have to rely on my judgment. That's why you're here.
And later today,
I was downstairs and I wake up to hearing the mother of my child cursing out my little girl, saying, wait, and she's holding my little girl up by one leg, so just the top of her head's touching the ground because she wouldn't hold still when she was trying to change her diaper.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Robert Casno says auto body shop owner Eric Salinas owes for the cost to repair his BMW. Robert says the car was stolen and wrecked while in Eric's possession.
What else?
There's an additional issue that I have a traffic collision report where the defendant apparently told the investigators that it was his employee that had taken the car.
Listen to me. It doesn't make any difference.
It makes a big difference because I was harassed by the police after that.
It doesn't make a difference. You permitted his car to be taken off your lot. I mean, are you thick or what? Listen to me. Have you ever been to a lawyer?
Yeah.
Just a second. I'm going to try to get it back to its basics to you, Mr. Salinas. What have you been to a lawyer for?
For different reasons.
Did you pay the lawyer money?
Yes, I did.
You paid the lawyer money for their expertise.
Right.
For their advice to you. You have never been to a lawyer that's smarter than I am. So what I'm trying to do, this is not a conversation we're having, Mr. Salinas.
Right.
I'm telling you what the law is. And you keep arguing with me. How stupid you would be to go to a lawyer. Listen, ears, Mr. Salinas. It would be the same thing if you went to a lawyer and gave him $5,000 to represent you in a business matter and asked his advice and he told you and you're having a fight with him. Why would you pay a lawyer to have a fight with them? You're paying them money because you know that they're smarter than you are. I can't fix a carburetor in a car, and I can't get a ding out of a door. I would go to Eric because that's your business and that's your expertise.
Right.
This is not a discussion you and I are having. The facts are very simple. It's your responsibility. I'm telling you that as a lawyer.
Well,
that's my listen to me. That's my training.
I understand.
If somebody said to you, brought their car into you and you said, listen, it needs 2 coats of paint and it needs to be buffed out and it'll be good as new. And the person said, no, you can't do it. You have to buff it out 4 times and you have to take the paint off and you have to use a primer on it. You'd say to them, listen, you want to do that? Go to somebody else. I'm telling you, this is my expertise. This is what you have to do to get your door looking brand new. I'm telling you, I'm the lawyer. Right. Unless you went to law school, sir, and practiced law for 40 years, you have to rely on my judgment. That's why you're here. I'm telling you, it's your responsibility. You did not safeguard his car. You allowed the keys to that car to fall into the hands of someone who drove it in an unauthorized way, without his permission, while it was in your custody. The law says it's your responsibility. Well, he's going to answer me again. No. He's going to answer me again. I don't understand it. Could I have been nicer? Could I have been nicer?
You did everything.
I did everything I could. I really did everything I could.
For the same reason I offered to fix a car for free.
Be quiet, Mr. Salinas.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
I told her all I wanted to do was give my little girl a kiss and that I was going to leave.
What did you do?
I tried to get into her room and she...
And what did you do?
I broke down the door.
That's where you go when you broke down the door.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Robert Casno says auto body shop owner Eric Salinas owes for the cost to repair his BMW. Robert says the car was stolen and wrecked while in Eric's possession.
Now, I don't think that you drove the car that collided with his car that dragged her for a block. I don't think you did that at all. I don't care whether you did it. The car was your responsibility until he picked it up after you fixed it. You're an insurer for that car's safety. And if you, an employee, somebody else, negligently leaves the keys around so that somebody can take it and they drive it and they have an accident with it, it's your fault. And if instead of injuring her, it had killed her, she would sue your company and she would win. And the fact that you may not have insurance is your problem, not my problem. How much it cost to fix your car?
Total out of pocket was $5,161.34.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I don't got nothing to say.
Well, obviously, I'm glad I was able to get some compensation for my losses.
Mr. Robert talked to the detective, and the detective, you know, they tried to put something together.
I had not had the police harass him. I knew really nothing about it. I could really offer nothing to the police because I wasn't there when the accident happened.
The only thing that I feel guilty was not having insurance at that time, but I'm not responsible for somebody can come and break in.
You got to do the best you can to try to protect yourself as a consumer, and sometimes can't always do everything.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Soletic versus Brodalla. Step forward, please.
Matthew Soletic is suing his child's grandfather, Richard Brodalla, for the cost to make renovations to his home. Richard is countersuing for the cost of a car engine and a broken door.
Mr. Soletic, I assume that you and this lady were in a relationship?
Yes, ma'am.
And this lady is the daughter of this gentleman?
Yes, ma'am.
And you and this lady have a child together, a girl?
Yes, we do.
So that would make this gentleman your daughter's grandfather?
Correct.
For a period of time, you lived in Mr. Brodalla's home?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Along with your girlfriend?
Yes, I did.
And your daughter?
Yes, and her son.
You lived there from when to when?
From September of 2009 until April 11th of 2010.
And where did you live prior to September of 2009?
I had a house that I was renting in a different part of the city of Crystal.
And what happened to that house?
I wound up losing the house because I couldn't.
You got evicted?
Yes.
So when you got evicted from your old house, Mr. Brodalla took you in?
Yes, he did.
This is your lawsuit. Your lawsuit says while you were living there, you did a lot of renovations, a lot of construction in the house. You want him to pay you back for the materials that you put in the house because he kicked you out of the house after there was an altercation between you and his daughter.
I was not kicked out of the house. I was made to leave by the police. He never kicked me out.
He just decided not to...
Somebody kicked you out. The police kicked you out.
Yes.
Because somebody called the police. Who called the police?
I believe it was Jessica, my daughter's mother.
Okay, and you want the materials. Mr. Brodalla says that that was not the agreement. He never told you he was going to reimburse you for the materials. He's got some nonsense counterclaim about some engine that you purchased for him way before you were even living with him. Right, Mr. Brodalla?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Brodalla, let's forget about that nonsense. Will you please? It's sort of irritating to me.
Ma'am, I actually did give Mr. Brodalla a large sum of money, not the entire amount for the engine, but he gave the money back to me and told me to hang on to it, that he did not need the money, that I should use the money to start my life with what I thought would have been my family.
So how did you do that?
Excuse me? How did I do about how I started my life?
So how did you do that? If he gave you back the money and said, I want you to use it to get a start on your life,
to be
what
honest
did you
with you,
do
ma'am,
with it?
The money that I had that he had given back to me, I used to invest into a vehicle that I'm still trying to sell to this day. And
Wait,
I spent the rest of it right here.
Just a second. So you used it to invest in a vehicle?
Yes.
How does that start a new life?
Well, to be honest with you, it's hard to convince someone to move out of their dad's house when he pays all of their bills and makes everything so easy for them. It's hard to convince them to move out into the real world and you know, have...
Let's stop for a moment, sir. What was the rent that you were paying or not paying in the house that you got evicted from? How much rent was your share?
$450 a month.
And how much money did you pay Mr. Brodalla to live in his house?
I didn't pay him.
Listen.
As far as rent goes, I did not pay him any rent money.
So you paid him nothing?
No, I paid him quite a bit.
What'd you pay him?
I did quite a bit of work in his home for him, along with I offered to pay for quite a few things.
I'm asking you, Mr. Sedalic, what you paid him in rent. The answer is nothing.
Because he told me not to pay him anything.
That's not
great. And because you felt as if you couldn't just live there like a bum, because you're a big, strong, strapping guy, you did some projects around the house.
Mr. Brodalla and I had a verbal contract.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did.
Baloney.
Here, I have proof of it.
Baloney.
There's a note that Jessica had wrote to her father the night before I wound up needing to leave the house, telling him to give me the money. So
Listen to me. Is that a contract between you and the defendant?
No, but
No but. There's no but. A contract is between a plaintiff and a defendant. Show me a contract that exists between you and Mr. Brodalla.
We had a verbal contract.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
I'm not the one that's lying about it, Your Honor.
Yeah, right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to JudgeJudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Now, you want to tell me about the day that the police got called?
Sure. I was downstairs, and I wake up to hearing the mother of my child screaming and cursing out my little girl, saying, pardon my language, but quit. And she's holding my little girl up by one leg, so just the top of her head's touching the ground, because she wouldn't hold still when she was trying to change her diaper.
So what did you do?
I became upset, and I told her...
Tell me what you did.
I looked down, and I see dirty diapers sitting all over the floor, and I picked up the diaper, and I said, will you throw this in the trash? And I threw the diaper at her. And in between her cursing me out and yelling at me, she decided to run into her room and close the door. At that time, because of altercations we had had in the past, I decided that I needed to leave. And in the course of doing that, I told her all I wanted to do was give my little girl a kiss and that I was going to leave. But, of course, you know, that wouldn't happen.
What did you do?
I tried to get into her room, and she...
And what did you do?
I broke down the door.
That's where you go, and you broke down the door. Now, I assume she has an order of protection against you, Mr. Sedalic.
Yes, she does.
And was that an order issued with your consent, or was there a trial?
It was with my consent.
Now, you also have visitation with your daughter.
No, I do not.
You don't have the right to see your daughter under supervision?
I've seen my little girl one time.
That's not what I asked you. I said, do you have the right to see your child under supervision?
Yes.
Who gave you supervised visitation?
A guardian ad litem.
Guardian ad litem was, you know who the guardian ad litem is?
Yes.
Represents the child.
Yes.
Not her. Now, when are you supposed to see your daughter?
Saturdays and Sundays from 2 o'clock until 4 o'clock.
And where are you supposed to see your daughter?
At my next door neighbor's house.
Do you go there every Saturday and Sunday?
This last weekend I was not able to because my daughter was not there.
Goodbye, sir. Your case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out, sir. Out the back to you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I want you folks to have a seat. Huh?
Mr. Tucker, you have a driver's license, sir?
Yes, ma'am, Wendy. Yes, Your Honor.
Is it a valid driver's license, and is it current?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has it ever been suspended?
Yes, it has, Your Honor.
How many times?
About 2 times, Your Honor.
For what?
Speeding, Your Honor.
You borrowed Miss Taylor's car.
Yes, Your Honor.
When?
It was February. It was on a Sunday.
Date?
February 28th, Your Honor.
Where were you going with the car?
Just going to hang out with a couple of friends, Your Honor.
Is that what you told Miss Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor.
That you were just going to hang out with some friends?
Yes, Your Honor.
You didn't have a car of your own, I assume?
At the time, I do have a car of my own. At the time.
Then?
Then?
Did you have a car of your own?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Why didn't you take your own car?
Because Miss Taylor came and picked me up the night before, Your Honor. She came and picked me up. She knew I wasn't going to have my vehicle.
Why didn't you have your vehicle? Why did she have to come and pick you up, Mr. Tucker?
Because I wasn't driving where she came and picked me up from, and she came and picked me up.
Explain that to me.
I was actually riding with my brother-in-law and my cousin at the time, and she came and met me at the hotel, picked me up, and took me back to her house.
And you spent the night?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
And the next day?
And the next day when I woke up, she had already left the house.
For what?
I guess to go do some shopping or something.
Is that what happened?
I don't recall that, Your Honor.
So she left and took her car?
And took her car, yes, Your Honor.
And then she came back?
And when she came back, I asked her if I could use her car to go hang out with a couple of friends. She said fine. She had already handled what she had to take care of. And I told her I'd be back.
What time did you take her car to go and hang out with some friends?
Probably about 12 that afternoon, Your Honor.
What kind of car did Miss Taylor have?
Acura.
What year?
An 08 or 09.
Is that right?
It's an 08, Your Honor.
So where did you go, Mr. Tucker?
Like I said, I went by, visited a couple of friends. From there, I parked the car, caught a ride.
Parked the car where?
I parked the car at a friend's house.
Address?
I don't know the address, Your Honor.
Street?
Street? The name of the street? Honeycutt. That's the name of the street that it was on, Your Honor.
And what's your friend's name? Don't look over there. Look at my eyes. Mr. Tucker, this is going to get worse for you, sir. It's going to get worse.
Yes,
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been interrogated by the police?
Yes, Your Honor.
You will find that an almost exhilarating experience when I get finished with you. Friend's name?
I know his last name. I don't know his first name.
What do you call him?
By his nickname, Your Honor, Shiz.
And what's his last name? And who does he live with?
Right now, I don't know because he moved.
Oh, he moved from Honeycutt.
Yes.
So he doesn't live on Honeycutt anymore.
No, Your Honor.
But you parked her car, her Acura, on Honeycutt.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then what did you do?
Your Honor.
Hey, Miss Taylor, let me have a good time.
Okay.
Did I have a good time?
Okay. Nobody lives on Honeycutt.
Just a second.
Okay.
Just a second. So you parked the car on Honeycutt, and you went to visit your friend Scooch.
Shiz, Your Honor.
What?
Shiz.
Yes, that's what I said, Scooch. And?
And from there, I caught a ride. I rode around with some of my other friends. I parked the car, I left the car there parked.
You left the car there?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Caught a ride with some friends, drove around. Go ahead.
Drove around. We went to a bar. From there to a club, and from there to a hotel party, Your Honor.
And?
And I was not driving, and at the time, a friend of mine was driving. I went back and got Miss Taylor's vehicle.
What's your friend's name?
Tiffany.
Tiffany was driving whose car?
Her car.
Tiffany's car?
Yes, Your Honor.
What kind of car does Tiffany have?
A Pacifica.
A Pacific?
A Pacifica? It's a van, Your Honor.
Okay, and where did you go with Tiffany?
Went to a sports bar, shot some pool. Went to a club, went picked up some more friends.
What time was this now?
This is all day, probably from...
Well, from 12 noon. So what time were you finished? You were in a bar, you were in a club, you were in a hotel, you were in a motel, you were with Tiffany in her van, then you went to another club, then you went, shot some pool. That's a very, very busy day. You know, it would take me at least 2 weeks to do all those activities. Keep going.
Yes, Your Honor. And then from there, we ended up at a hotel, a little party, with just friends.
That was 2 hotels you were at in one day?
No, Your Honor, just one hotel.
Oh, well, you told me you were at a hotel earlier in the day. I'm getting there, Bird.
Take your time.
Just actually amusing myself.
Yes, Your Honor, it's the same hotel, Your Honor.
What happened to her car?
To the car, then from there, went back, got the car.
Got whose car?
Miss Taylor's car.
So you mean I listened to all this nonsense for nothing? Because at some point, after you went clubbing and moteling and hoteling and pooling and scooching, you went back and you got the car.
Went back, got the car.
And?
Drove it to the hotel, Your Honor.
Drove it back to the hotel?
Yes, Your Honor.
And?
And from there, I must have consumed too much alcohol because I ended up passing out in the hotel. When I was awakened, my cell phone and the car keys was missing, Your Honor.
So Scooch must have, or one of his friends, must have taken your car and had a big accident in it, caused a lot of damage. And your defense is, I was drunk and I don't know what happened. That's your defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's your responsibility.
But, Your Honor, the insurance paid for the car. I immediately, when I found out the car was missing, I immediately called.
I'm just telling you.
Okay.
It's your responsibility. You took her property with her permission and behaved in an irresponsible way with it. Why do I say that, sir? I just listened to a litany of events where you were driving, partying, drinking, fooling around, drinking some more, hanging around some more. And then, according to you, you got back in her car and took it someplace. You're responsible, whether or not you actually had the accident in the car, which is something actually I believe you did. So does she.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
After she bleached and damaged my clothes, she sent a text message picture to my phone, which I showed a friend of mine.
Show me.
I don't have that phone no more, Your Honor. That's why I brought my eyewitness.
And later today.
You see, you're trying to think ahead of the game, sir. You'll never be ahead of the game. All you have to think about is answering my questions truthfully. Do we understand each other, sir?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Melanie Taylor says ex-boyfriend Siobhan Tucker owes for car damage, rental car fees, and emotional distress. Siobhan is countersuing, claiming Melanie bleached his clothes.
You borrowed the property. You did not return the property. It's your responsibility. You can go get Scooch and go find the phantom who stole the car. Do you understand? Now, your car was severely damaged.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nobody was ever charged.
No, Your Honor.
Did your insurance pay for the damage?
Some of the damage, Your Honor.
Your insurance had a deductible?
Yes, Your Honor.
What was the deductible?
$250, Your Honor.
So that you paid for?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else?
Yes, Your Honor.
What?
It didn't cover the bumper. It had additional damages to the bumper and the taillight, and my insurance company would not cover it, and I'm not sure why.
Well, I don't know either. Sue the insurance company. Why?
The insurance company, because they had already mailed her a check for those damages, and she didn't get it repaired, and she spent the money, Your Honor.
Well,
that's why.
That may be, but then take that up with your insurance company. He's certainly responsible for your deductible. Anything else?
I have receipts, Your Honor, showing that I paid for the bumper and the
I don't care. That's a problem that you have with your insurance company, not with him.
Yes, Your Honor.
That has nothing to do with the accident.
Yes.
Now, you have a counterclaim, Mr. Tucker.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Did you bleach his clothes?
No, Your Honor.
Did you bleach or damage any of his clothes?
No, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I have an eyewitness, Your Honor. After she bleached and damaged my clothes, she sent a text message picture to my phone, which I showed a friend of mine.
Show me.
I don't have that phone no more, Your Honor. That's why I brought my eyewitness. And she also admitted it to my eyewitness.
Well, your eyewitness can't tell me what she saw on your phone. That's hearsay.
I didn't know that, Your Honor.
That's why you come here. You get educated.
Okay.
When did she return the clothes to you?
I never received.
Never got them back?
Nothing. I left with the clothes I had on my back. I had to repurchase clothes.
Well, that's a good idea, because I'm sure that Miss Taylor didn't think you were going to go, put your hand down, fooling around in a hotel and a motel and with Tiffany and everything else when you said, I'd like to go hang out with some of my friends. You think she figured that that's what you were going to do all day and all night?
We've known each other for a while, Your Honor.
I'm asking you, do you think that that was in her mind, that you were going to be going fooling around with Tiffany in her car? I wouldn't think so.
No, Your Honor.
I don't think so. So did you buy yourself some new clothes?
Some. I replaced some.
Perfect. Good. You owe $250. That's all. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I believe that I should get way more than $250 for all I went through.
This is basically just an attempt.
Just emotional stress.
To not really get the money back for the car because the insurance did pay for the car.
He abandoned me for a month and a half.
It's like revenge, like the same with the clothes, how she destroyed the clothes.
Then he came back on my job April the 23rd and explained to me what happened.
He actually busted the window out my house. It was all types of things.
He said that he was sorry and that he promised that he would pay back the money.
You know, that's another story, so we're here for the car.
He didn't pay it back. I haven't received a dime nor child support.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Welliver versus Nichols step forward.
Lynn Welliver is suing her former friend, Craig Nichols, for a truck loan, plus interest, and for making physical threats.
Mr. Nichols, let's start with you, sir. The plaintiff was a friend of yours. You had been friends for a while, according to what I read in your papers.
Yes, ma'am.
She was married and recently divorced. When the plaintiff divorced, she and her former husband had a landscaping business, or were trying to start a landscaping business. She decided she wanted to continue with that business. You were not employed gainfully at the time, or at least only marginally employed at the time, so you thought you might go into this business with her.
Yes, ma'am.
So far, is that a reasonable statement?
For the most part.
That's all I need for the most part. According to the plaintiff, she made a loan to you so that you could purchase a truck to be used in the business. And you purchased a truck that you put in your name. So far, is that correct?
Everything except that she did not loan me the money.
It is your claim that she made an investment in the business because the truck was to be used for the business. That's what you say.
Which is not entirely true.
That's what you say here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. And then the business fell apart.
It did.
Who has the truck?
I do.
You have to sell it if I find that that's what happened. Because if she made an investment in the business and you did or did not put in any money in the truck.
I did put money in the truck, but not
just a second.
willfully.
Hey, listen, you're never going to get one step ahead. I know that you're thinking about what you're going to say now and how this is going to come out. All you have to think about is answering my questions truthfully. Do we understand each other, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Either she made a loan to you or it was an investment in the business.
Actually, it was
I'm not
to him,
Hey,
like 100%.
One more time, and I say goodbye to you, and the case is over.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lynn Welliver says former friend Craig Nichols owes for a truck loan and for making physical threats. Craig claims the truck was a gift.
How much money did you put into the truck?
Roughly $1,000.
Good. And how much money, according to you, did the plaintiff put into this truck as a business investment?
She paid $4,000 for the truck.
So you put in $1,000, she put in $4,000. So far, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long have you had the truck?
Roughly a year.
Now, what happens to a business, Mr. Nichols, when the business goes south? What do you think happens to the assets of the business?
Normally, they would probably be liquidated.
Correct. That's very smart. That's what happens with the assets of a business. And once the assets of a business are liquidated, Mr. Nichols, what happens to the proceeds of that liquidated merchandise?
I would assume they would go to pay off the debts that the business had standing.
Or the investors. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you have, according to you, a small interest in that truck. Because according to you, you put down $1,000 as your investment in the business. And she put down $4,000 as the investment in the business. Now, why would you think that you get to keep the truck?
Well, the truck was actually a gift that was given to me for personal and business use.
That's not what you say in your answer. You see, you're trying to think ahead of the game, sir. You'll never be ahead of the game. You want me to read what you wrote in your answer? What you swore to?
That's not necessary, ma'am. That's not necessary.
So, now, either she made a loan to you or it was an investment in the business.
Actually, it was a loan to him,
Hey,
like 100%.
One more thing, one more time, and I say goodbye to you, and the case is over. Do we understand each other?
Yes.
One more time. Now I've warned you twice.
Okay.
It is either one of two things, Mr. Nichols. It was either a loan for the balance of the truck, or it was an investment in the business, which is what you swore to in your answer. Which one was it?
Well, initially, it was an investment in the business, but when the business didn't go anywhere, I assumed that I would pay her the rest of the money for the truck because she is my friend, and that would be the right thing to do.
I'm not interested in what you think is the right thing to do, sir. If initially it was an investment in the business, it has to be sold. Now you understand?
I understand what you're saying.
It has to be sold because that was an asset of the business, and she gets a piece of it, and you get a piece of it. Now do we understand each other? I believe you when you say that the truck was used for the business, and the business did not succeed, and therefore the assets of the business have to be liquidated and shared among the investors.
With all due respect, Your Honor, the truck is in my name, so I feel like I can do whatever I want with it.
Well, I'm going to cut an order to the Department of Motor Vehicles to put her name on the title. You understand me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you can figure out what you're going to do with this truck, because then she's going to own a piece of it. As a matter of fact, I may direct that the Department of Motor Vehicles transfer title to her, and then she can sell it and she can give you back your piece. We understand each other now, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You get it?
Can I please
You'll
speak?
get... No.
Judy.
Now, you're getting the truck. I'm going to cut an order to the Department of Motor Vehicles. Listen to me. Was the truck used for the business?
No. 100% it was never used for the business. Not once. Because the
I'm
business
cutting an
never
order
happened.
that you have title to the truck, take it, sell it, and take back your investment and give him his portion.
What needs to be done is I need my money back for the loan because the truck is now not worth what we paid for it.
What we paid, you're absolutely right. That's what happens when you liquidate assets.
But the truck was never ended up being used for business. It was only...
That's what it was purchased for.
It was only an idea in the beginning.
Listen to me, my dear. That's what the order is going to be. You're going to get exactly what you're entitled to, which is a return on your investment. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
You do understand. I know you understand. That's what's going to happen. Truck is going to be turned over to you. You can sell it unless he wants to sell it. And if he wants to sell it, the two of you can cooperate in selling it. Put it on Craigslist, advertise it in a newspaper, sell it. You take back your little piece that you invested. She's going to take back a much bigger piece because that's what she invested in your business. We understand each other?
I understand you.
Perfect.
I don't think you've heard the full facts of the case, though.
Well, if you listen, he has a choice.
Because the facts,
he has his choice. Listen to me. Listen to me. It's his choice. If he wants to give you the money that you claim was a loan, which I don't think was a loan. I think it was a bit. He can do that. My order is going to be to Motor Vehicles to turn the title into your name so that you can sell it and recoup part of your investment in your landscaping business. Goodbye.
Bodies are excused. May step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
Your complaint, Ms. Jackson, is that Mr. Burkhalter, who was your then sometimes boyfriend, you were sometimes maybe staying at his house. He took your car to go to store or something, and he was stopped by the police, arrested for possession of drugs. They impounded your car, and the car was not recovered from impound, and it was subsequently auctioned off. Mr. Burkhalter says he's not responsible for that because he was out doing a chore for you, buying some drugs that you had given him money for. Is that your defense, Mr. Burkhalter? That was what he wrote. I couldn't lie about that. That's what he swore to. That Miss Jackson had given you money to go buy some drugs for her, and you and your friend had concluded that transaction, and evidently it was a police sting operation. So, according to you, you were taken into custody. Car was impounded. It's not your fault because you were really doing an errand for Miss Jackson. That's your defense?
Yes.
What kind of drugs did you buy for her?
Crystal meth.
Just a second. You used drugs?
No, ma'am.
And what's the name of your friend that you were arrested with?
Dominique.
Is he a drug user?
No, ma'am.
So if none of you used drugs, and Miss Jackson was the only drug user, she was staying at your house at the time? She was your girlfriend, on and off? So she gave you money to buy crystal meth. How much money did she give you?
She gave a amount of $35.
$35?
Yes, ma'am.
And she had to have told you where to go because you don't use drugs.
No, she told my friend, like, when we were on our way to the store, because we stopped at a dealer's place down the street from the house. And we made the stop. My friend went in and purchased the drugs.
Just a second. Who did she give the money to?
She gave it to my friend Dominique.
Dominique?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was this lady here?
This is my niece. She was there at the time.
Oh, did she see the drug transaction go down?
No, she seen them pass the money as we were leaving out.
Tell me your name.
Artisia.
You were in the house at the time?
Yes, ma'am.
You remember what day this was?
July 13th.
Remember what time?
Early morning. It had to be maybe like around 10 or 11.
What were you doing there?
I always go to my uncle's house sometime when I'm in town.
Oh, so you were staying there?
No, I stayed with my mom, but during the daytime, I came to his house.
In the morning, why?
We just grew up close.
And what was Miss Jackson doing there on the 13th at about 10 or 11 in the morning?
She was staying with him at the time, and I overheard the conversation of him going to the store, and she didn't want to remove her car, so she asked him.
Tell me what was said.
She asked, could you stop at my friend's house, my dealer's house, and get the drugs on you guys' way?
Did she tell him where that was?
Yes.
No, don't look over there. Look over here.
It was 13th and Street in a peach house.
Peach house?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that where you went, Mr. Burkhalter?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was driving her car?
Me. I was.
Why in the world, Mr. Burkhalter, would you go and do this errand for Miss Jackson with your niece home? Are you sweating, Mr. Burkhalter?
It's hot.
Not for me.
No.
How old are you?
25.
Any other children in the house other than you?
No.
Just you and your uncle?
Yes, and his friend.
And his friend, Dominique. Did he plead guilty to drug possession?
I really don't know.
What about you?
Well, I went to court yesterday, and they dropped the charges on driving with a suspension license and marijuana under an ounce.
Did you have a lawyer?
No, just a public defender.
Well, that's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Now, who had the marijuana under an ounce?
It was in the car, in the center console.
Whose was it?
Tanika's. It was in her car, you know.
And what about the crystal meth?
When they searched the car, they found the marijuana, then they searched us, and they found the baggie in my friend's pocket.
In Dominique's pocket? He had the crystal meth?
Yeah.
Now, who's this, your mother's brother or
yes,
your mother's brother? Did you see any money exchanged?
Yes, I did. I didn't see how much.
Don't look over there. Look over here.
I didn't see how much it was, but I saw the money being exchanged.
Now, Miss Jackson, this happened on July 13th, so you knew that you didn't have a car July 14th.
Actually, July 13th, because it's what?
Perfect.
Okay.
Did you go down to try to get your car?
I called, and I went down there actually several times, and they told me it has to get paid for now, and I let him know that.
Just a second. Why didn't you get your car out of impound?
I didn't have the money for it, and when we talked about it, first, can I tell you what happened? Or
yeah.
Okay. First off, it was July 13th, and we were at his house. She was not there. I've never seen her before. I don't even know her name. Who are you? Money money for meth. I don't even do meth. The meth was found on his friend Dominique, so I'm just assuming it's Dominique's, right? He tells me the police pulled them over on a routine stop, and they were going to leave my car locked up, and I would have just had to walk down the street to go get it. But when they saw the meth in his pocket, that's why they took it.
A routine stop for what?
They was out the area we live in. It's like a lot of police out on certain days, like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it happened to be a Tuesday, and they just be stopping, like Operation Phoenix or something like that. And they,
Operation what?
Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you can sit down. I don't understand. You know, there has to be a lie here someplace.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Marijuana may be potent, but it doesn't have legs. Somebody has to bring it and put it in the center console of your car. That would have either been you or him.
And later today,
you cut off all the beer.
Yes, ma'am.
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
Cut off all the beer, and at 1:30 in the morning, you decided you were hungry. You think I believe that?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tanika Jackson says former friend Kenrick Burkhalter owes for the value of a car. Tanika says the vehicle was sold in impound after Kenrick was pulled over with drugs on him.
Now, what's your sister's name?
Mian.
How many sisters do you have?
1.
And what's your first name?
Artisia.
And that's your mother?
Yes.
And how old is your sister?
43.
How many children does she have?
1.
Has your sister ever been arrested for drugs?
No, ma'am.
What about you?
No, ma'am.
What about you?
No, ma'am.
How long had you been his girlfriend in July?
Actually, we were never boyfriend and girlfriend. We were just friends.
What were you doing staying at his house?
I used to live 2 streets up from him, and we had to move out of there. And in transition of moving into my new place, he said it was okay that I stayed with him.
For how long?
I was there for probably about a month, a little over a month.
Did you ever meet his sister?
I did meet his sister, but I've never met her. I've heard of her, never seen her.
So this is his niece?
That's his niece.
Well, I thought, Miss Jackson, you just said to her, who are you?
Yeah, who are you?
No, just a second.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Well, you did know then who she was.
I didn't know. When I saw her in here, I don't know who she is.
But you knew who she was now that you knew that he had a niece whose name was Artesia.
Yeah, now you're saying that's your niece.
Right?
I'm aware of
and
who
you heard
she
her
is.
name. So when you said, who are you? Yeah, it's going to be absolutely impossible to figure out who's telling the truth and who's not. So we're going to have to rely on some interesting...
Can I explain to you?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm saying, when I say who are you, because I've never seen her physically. I've heard of her. I've heard stories of her. According to me, she lives in a different state or something.
I don't care.
And so she was not there. This is my first time ever seeing her in my life.
Fine. Mr. Burkhalter, my question to you is, let us assume, sir, I believe your story. I'm not saying I believe it, that you gave him or Dominique money for drugs. I'm not saying it's true. But let's say I believe you. And let's say instead of giving you or Dominique $35 for drugs, and you were the driver of the car.
Yes, ma'am.
You pulled up to the Peach House.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
waited for Dominique to go inside, pick up the drugs, and bring them back for Miss Jackson. And this was a gesture of goodwill for her.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Now, let's say instead of giving you $35 or giving Dominique $35, she handed you a little 38 special and said, you know, I'm really short of money this week. I want you to take this 38 special and go down to the gas station. Do me a favor. I'd like you to stick up the gas station for me and bring me back the money. And you did that. Do you think that's her fault?
No. No, ma'am.
Whose fault would that be?
It'd be mine.
Well, what she was asking you to do was buy her drugs. In every jurisdiction I know, that's a crime, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have several choices. You either say to her, I'll take my own car, or move your car. I'm not going to buy you drugs, because that's what this was all about. She didn't want to move her car. She said, take my car. So you were going out to commit a felony on her behalf, and you got caught. So who do you think is responsible for that?
I guess me.
Perfect. And that's if I believe you. I don't know if I believe any of you. Now, what kind of car did you have, Miss Jackson?
I had a 2000 Dodge Stratus.
Okay. Well, we do know several things. We know that there were drugs in your car. Some marijuana. Don't know how it got there. Marijuana may be potent, but it doesn't have legs. Somebody has to bring it there and put it in the center console of your car. That would have either been you or him. Then we know that somebody in that house is a meth user. And you were staying there for a month.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And nobody did meth there. I don't even know what meth looks like, so
neither do I.
Crazy.
All I know is it's nasty. And nobody ever got caught in my car with meth. So now we're going to find out what this 2000 Dodge Strata is worth, Officer Bird. And then we're going to apportion fault.
Well, I just want to let you know, I don't know anything about meth. I didn't hand him any money because he was going to the store for himself. So whatever story he's telling you is new to me, but that's not what happened.
V6 or 4-cylinder?
A 4-cylinder.
1500.
Now, I want to know what a day's impound was on the car.
Well, on the first paper they sent me out, it was $360. Plus the towing, it was $660. And then I kept going back. I have several papers I kept going back.
I don't care if you kept going back.
Okay.
I don't care if the value of your car is $1,500. Why are you suing for $22?
Because he's told me over 15 times he was going to go get my car out of impound.
And?
So he never did. And I keep getting these papers to show him, like, they don't stop adding charges because you want to wait. And
I understand that, but then they sold your car.
Exactly. The $22.80 was until the point where they sold it. That was the last amount I could have paid to get it out before they sold it the next day.
But it's not worth $22.80.
That's just the storage charges.
You don't have to pay those charges. They sold it.
I'm talking about previously. If we didn't come here, every day they added money to it.
Your Honor, can I say something, Your Honor?
Oh, yes.
A week after her car was impounded, I don't know how much money he gave her, but he gave her money to get her car out of the impound.
How much money was given to me?
She didn't have her license. That's why she didn't go get her car out the impound.
Ooh, sit down. Very interesting. Oh, that's an interesting story.
How much money? I didn't get a dime.
That's just a second. Take your hands off.
Sorry.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
before I decided to put it in reverse, I had asked Tom if he could be my eyes to get me out of the driveway, and Tom said yes, and as I proceeded up, he backed me right up into his own car.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tanika Jackson says former friend Kendrick Burkhalter is responsible for her car being sold in impound.
Okay, where do you come from?
I come from San Bernardino, California.
You have a valid California driver's license?
Yes, I do.
Now?
It's right here. Yes, I do.
As of when?
As of July. I got it in July.
Let me see.
He has not given.
Just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
This is dated May 18th, 2006.
My driver's license?
Isn't that what it says? Bert, am I correct?
Yeah,
yes. Was your license suspended?
Yeah, it was.
Ah, there you go.
There you go.
When was your driver's license suspended?
My driver's license was suspended a while ago. I'm not sure of the date, but it's valid as of now.
What were you doing driving a car? Your driver's license wasn't valid then, because I see that you had a valid driver's license May 18th, 2006. It expired June 2nd, 2011, but it was suspended. What are you looking at me as if I'm talking a foreign language for?
I'm not.
On what date was your driver's license reinstated?
I don't have that paper.
Well, you get that paper, you can come back. Right now, your case is dismissed without prejudice, because if you're driving around with a car without a license, I'm not interested in your complaint. Do you understand?
I understand that, but my license is valid. Right, and I don't do meth.
You may step out.
I don't care really what he says. He's full of lies.
He left her. He kicked her out, so that's the problem.
Stop doing favors for people, you know, and live my own life.
I don't believe anything anybody says, so it doesn't matter.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Brokenshire versus Evanson. Step forward, please.
19-year-old Thomas Brokenshire is suing his former friend, Trevor Evanson, for running into his car while backing out of a driveway.
Give me the date of this incident with the cars.
April 20th, 2010.
And when, Mr. Brokenshire, did you last socialize with Mr. Evanson? Look at me.
April 21st.
Where was that?
We were located at the house that I was currently residing at.
And what were you doing on April 21st after this incident?
We were meeting for arrangements to cover the damages on the vehicle.
Now, who had been drinking on April 20th, 2010? Raise your hand. Right. And after everybody was drinking at this party together and having a good time, who wanted to go and get some food? Raise your hand.
It was all of us.
And who all went to get some food? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you went to get some food. What is this? What is this? Is there something wrong with your hand? Make it all the way up. Did you go to get some food?
Technically not.
Were you going to get some food? Now you got it. You think you're going to be a wise guy with me? I ate people like you for breakfast before I start working. And then you all got in a car. He was driving when you were going to get some food after you had been drinking, all buddies and friends. And it is your claim that he backed into your car.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want him to pay for the damage.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want me to get involved in this lunacy? Courts don't do that. Was your car damaged?
Negative. Negative.
What kind of car did you have?
Ford Ranger.
And what kind of car did you have?
Camaro Super Sport.
Guess he was luckier than you were.
Yes, ma'am.
Having partied all evening, what were you all going out for to get food? Why don't you just go to sleep?
Well, ma'am, we started off the barbecue earlier in the day.
I don't care. Don't give me a whole story. I have other things to do with important cases, not people who are looking to have a good time. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Now, what time did you start the barbecue?
Started approximately 12:30.
12:30 in the afternoon?
Yes, ma'am.
Barbecue and what?
It's barbecue and social gathering.
Beer?
Yes, ma'am.
What else other than beer?
It's only beer, ma'am.
Just beer. And what time did you get hungry again after you'd been drinking barbecue and beer all day?
Roughly 1:30 in the morning the previous day.
Not the previous day.
Yes, ma'am.
We don't go backwards. The only one that goes backwards in time is Bill Murray.
Yes, ma'am.
Other than that, we move forward.
I'm sorry, ma'am. It was the day after.
So you had been barbecuing and drinking beer for about 11 and a half hours.
No, ma'am. We ended the barbecue roughly 4 p.m.
And then what'd you do?
We just kind of hung out.
No beer. You cut off all the beer.
Yes, ma'am.
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
Cut off all the beer, and at 1:30 in the morning, you decided you were hungry.
Well, that's
How old are you?
19.
You think I believe that? You know how many 19-year-olds I raised? A lot. Why don't you help him fix his car?
I don't consider it my fault. We were all drinking that night, and we all decided to leave to go get some food.
I mean, you were driving.
Correct. Well, before I decided to put it in reverse, I had asked Tom if he could be my eyes to get me out of the driveway, and Tom said yes, and as I proceeded up, he backed me right up into his own car.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
How old are you?
21.
19, 21, 20. So the only one who's legal to drink is you. Is that right?
Correct.
Were you legal to drink then?
Negative.
Not. Goodbye, kids. Go pay for your own cars. Thank you. Bye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
Yeah, it's case number 193 on the calendar in the matter of Donis versus Below.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Mr. Donis, the defendant was a friend of yours.
Yes, ma'am.
And you lived together in a house with her.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is your claim that after you told her to leave, she came back sometime later and vandalized your property.
Yes, ma'am.
And the defendant says she didn't do anything to your property. She's got a count of claim that I'll let her tell me about in short order. When did the defendant move into the house where you were living?
Oh, gosh, I'm going to say 2008.
And did you just have a friendly relationship with her? She seems to say it was more than that.
It was a friendly relationship, yes, it was.
Was there ever a period that it was a more intimate kind of relationship?
No, ma'am, never.
Never?
Never.
She had her own room?
Yes, ma'am.
Who else lived in the house?
A friend of mine. He owned the house.
Name?
Kenny.
How long have you lived there?
Oh, gosh, 4 years.
And Miss Belote, you paid rent there?
No, I did not.
You didn't?
No.
How come?
Because he never asked me to.
Who never asked you to?
Kenny. I did give him money sometimes, but I didn't do it on a daily time or a monthly time, but I gave him money every once in a while.
Were you working?
Yes, I was.
What were you doing with your money?
Giving it to Mr. Donis.
Well, that's something. How much rent were you paying?
$500 a month.
This is an odd sort of an arrangement. What kind of house is this and where?
It's in Riverside, California. It's a 2-story, very old house.
And you work?
Yes, ma'am.
And you work but didn't pay rent?
Yes, ma'am.
You had your own room?
No, I did not. I slept in the same room as Mr. Donis did. I never slept in any other room besides that room.
Is that right?
That's not true, Your Honor.
Where did she sleep?
Upstairs.
Never ever been upstairs. I would not go upstairs. It's a scary room up there.
Okay. Okay. You asked Miss Belote to leave in May?
Yes, ma'am.
May what?
The last 2 weeks of May. I'm not sure of the date.
Tell me why.
Because my lack of wanting a more intimate relationship with her, it begun to weigh heavy on her. She begun to constantly bring up my financial situations, my inability to pay certain bills when they're due.
What?
For example, I had a car that had to be smogged and the registration paid. She offered to pay it. And she would later on constantly bring that up and belittle me. So finally, Your Honor, I reached my point. And one evening I said, you know, in the next few days, in a week, take your time, find another place to live. She flew into a rage, She started dumping all the stuff in the house.
So what you're telling me, Mr. Donis, is that during the course of the couple of years that she lived there, she paid for certain things for you?
Yes, ma'am.
And can I say one thing? Oh, sorry about that.
Like what?
Well, for example, we would constantly dine out, dinner or lunch. I say, I can't afford that. I'll get it. We would go to concerts, the theater. She would pay for it.
Okay, well, she wasn't paying rent. She had money. When did this alleged burglary take place after she moved out? On June 1st?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a police report?
I do.
I'd like to see it, please. You told the police that you dated Miss Belote for 3 years while you lived at the residence.
No, I did not. That's what the police wrote down. They wrote down a couple of things erroneously.
Belote stayed with Donis at the house during a portion of their relationship. Donis ended the relationship with Belote about 2 months ago. The police got that all wrong.
No, not all wrong, Your Honor. They just stated a few facts erroneously. We were
Riverside Police Department would not be happy to hear, sir, that you are ascribing to them inaccurate reporting.
Well, they were not happy when I brought that to their attention yesterday. The officers were not happy.
Okay. And of course, Miss Belote, you say that you had nothing to do with this.
No, I did not.
Fine. Now, Mr. Donis, you did not witness this event. You came home and found that the padlock on your door had been removed and your place trashed. You list items here that were trashed. The police did observe the place having been trashed. Now you have to prove to me who did it.
Yes, ma'am.
So, do it.
Well, ma'am, the police took photographs, which I do have also.
Your place was trashed.
Okay.
And burglarized.
Okay. I came home, the locks...
I said that already. You're not paying attention to me.
Well, ma'am, I have a witness that saw her enter the house and saw her exit the house carrying a bedsheet full of things.
I want to see the witness. Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Step up.
Can I say anything yet?
No. What's your name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan what?
Years off.
Where do you live?
I live in Riverside, California.
In what proximity to the plaintiff?
About 7 miles away.
And what were you doing at his house, allegedly, on the 1st of June?
I was behind his house waiting for a friend.
Where behind his house?
In my friend's backyard.
What were you waiting for your friend for?
To go hang out.
And you were waiting in the backyard?
Yes, ma'am.
What were you doing in the backyard?
Smoking.
Smoking what?
A cigarette.
Your Honor, if you just said...
And tell me what it is that you allegedly saw. Sir.
I saw a tall, blonde, short-haired woman walk into the kitchen door. Then I became frustrated waiting for my friend, so I called my mom to have her come pick me up. I walked across Kenny's house. Then I saw this lady have a bedsheet full of various items, put them into her car, then walked back, grabbed 4 gallons of water, empty them out on the porch, threw the jugs on the ground, and sped away in her car.
And who did you report this to?
2 days later, I went back and I reported it to James.
And so your mother came and picked you up, so I assume the first person that you told was your mother.
Yes, ma'am.
And so she can corroborate that.
Yes, ma'am.
And on the 3rd of June, when you told the plaintiff, did he ask you to go to the police with him?
No, ma'am.
Did you go to the police at any time to give them a statement?
No, ma'am.
When he went to Riverside Police yesterday to complain about what was written in the report, because it says here, unknown suspect, did he ask you to go with him?
No, ma'am.
Why is that, Mr. Donis?
Well, ma'am, because I neglected to inform the Riverside Police Department after he told me he witnessed her, because I did not want the police involved at her job. She has a very good job, and I didn't want her work disrupted at all.
Very good.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
It doesn't make sense to me that you wouldn't go back to the police and say, now I have a witness who's prepared to swear under penalties of perjury, where he could go to jail for about 6 months.
And later today.
How old are you?
35.
What's wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me.
Well, there is something wrong with you.
Says former roommate Deborah Belote burglarized his room and trashed his belongings. Deborah claims she and James were more than roommates.
Mr. Donis, when your witness goes and swears in a report that he witnessed the burglary and they make an arrest, based upon his sworn statement to the police that she burglarized your property, I'll be more than happy to recall and hear your case. Do you understand that, Mr. Donis?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Is that reasonable to you, sir?
Of course it is.
Because you called the police that night and you named the defendant as someone who might have been responsible for this burglary. So it doesn't make sense to me that once you have a witness who saw her there, 2 days later you wouldn't go back to the police and say, you know, I didn't see anybody, but now I have a witness who's prepared to swear under penalties of perjury where he could go to jail for about 6 months that he actually saw her at the property. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So are you going to do a hop, skip, and a jump down to Riverside today?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. As soon as you do that, I'll see you back here. Bye-bye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's a really good liar and an actor, and that's what he did today to the judge. And she saw it all.
She was unhappy with our relationship.
He said he loved me and cared for me, and I was the only person in his life.
We were never friends to begin with. You wouldn't do this to a friend.
Oh, big time learning experience. You're only done one time in your life, and that was it.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Andreasen versus Behar, step forward, please.
Suzanne Andreasen is suing her former friend, Brian Behar, for rental car fees, parking tickets, and an unpaid iPhone account.
Ms. Andreasen, it is your claim that the defendant owes you for the bills for both a rental car and some sort of U-Haul that were put as a favor in your name, but he agreed to pay for. He kept them for longer than he at least told you he was going to keep them, and you want the money that you were forced to pay as a result of that. I don't know what you say.
I don't owe her anything, man.
Well, that's what you say, but why?
I mean, our whole relationship, you know, I mean...
I don't care about your relationship. Did you use a rental car?
She did get a rental car that I used.
Did you follow my words? Did you use a rental car?
Yes, I did.
Did you pay for it?
No, I did not.
Did you use a U-Haul?
Yes, I did.
Did you pay for it?
No, I did not.
Why?
Because she said she would take care of it.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me.
Well, there is something wrong with you if you need a friend to pay for your rental car and your U-Haul. There's something wrong with you. What kind of work does Miss Andreasen do?
She's unemployed.
How does she support herself?
I'm not sure.
How do you think she supports herself? You say she was a friend of yours. How does she support herself?
I know that she is getting unemployment or whatever, but as far as I know, I mean...
And what do you do?
She has a business that is something to do with some jewelry or whatever.
So she has a business?
Right. I used to own a construction company, and...
I don't care what you used to. You ate yesterday. How do you support yourself?
Right now, I'm unemployed, and I mean...
How do you feed yourself?
Best way I can.
What kind of an answer is that? What'd you need a U-Haul for?
Because I was moving, I had a child on the way, and I needed to leave out of the area that I was in because it wasn't a good area to, like, raise a child that... turns out the child isn't even mine, but the whole reason that she offered her help was because...
Was she working when she offered to help?
No, ma'am, she wasn't.
Why don't you just pay the bill so I can leave you alone?
I don't owe her the money. I mean,
Why don't you just pay the bill so you can leave her alone? You don't work?
I've given her enough money.
You don't? Well, tell me how much money... I mean... Just a second. Tell me how much money you gave her and when.
I don't know. I didn't realize the relationship was on that level. I mean, we were friends.
Give me an idea of how much money you gave her and when.
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. There's
Give me an example.
An example. She pushes a $600 vacuum when she wants to vacuum her house.
And is what you're telling me you purchased that vacuum?
Yes.
When?
I guess like it was around October of last year. I mean, that's just one thing. I took her shopping and was like, and I told her, you know, get whatever you want. And she helped me fill up a shopping cart full of stuff. You know what I mean? I didn't realize our relationship was on that level to where I needed to keep
What kind of level did you think your relationship was on?
I mean, I thought that we were friends, and when we said we were doing something for each other, then that's what it was.
I have a lot of friends. I never bought them a vacuum cleaner.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Very foolish women, really foolish women, put their credit on the line in order to have a warm body as a male friend.
Suzanne Andreasen says former friend Brian Bihar owes for rental car fees, parking tickets, and an unpaid iPhone account. Brian claims Suzanne offered to help him financially.
Now, let me see the bills from the rental car and from the U-Haul.
There's also a couple of parking tickets that he got on the vehicle when he had it that he didn't tell me about.
Did he tell you about any of the parking tickets he got?
No. And there's a $1,000 cell phone bill.
Just a second. You told her about the parking tickets?
Yes, I did. Whenever I first got one of the tickets, the other one I may not have told her about because...
Well, when you got the tickets, did you pay them?
I didn't have a chance.
I don't understand what you... Sorry. I don't understand what you mean you didn't get a chance.
Well, when I came out in the car had a ticket on it. I got the ticket, put it in the car, and I honestly lost track of the tickets. I don't know what happened to them or whatever, and that's why they didn't get paid. But I mean, like I said, she said she would take care of it. So she knew I was going through a hard time. She knew that I had the kid on the way. She knew that...
Listen to me. Nobody cares about your troubles, sir, especially me. I don't care about your troubles.
Well,
all I know, don't speak when I'm speaking. I didn't take a breath yet. When your friend is unemployed, according to you, and collecting unemployment, that means that they don't have a whole bunch of money.
Or that they don't want to work.
So a friend doesn't take advantage of their situation and take a car that they were supposed to have for a couple of days and keep it for how long? How long did you keep the car?
I don't recall.
A month.
Well, let's try a month. When you have no money, you don't rent a car for a month on a friend who has no job.
When they said they would take care of it, you do.
You're an idiot. Because if your excuse is, I thought we were friends and I didn't think that it was a big deal, she said she would take care of it, and you say, I need a car to move from one place to the other, and you know if you keep the car that's on her credit card, there's going to be a big bill, and if you get a ticket because you didn't park in the right space, somebody is going to have to pay that, and it's going to be paid by the person who's got their credit card on the line. You don't say I lost track of it. Idiots lose track of tickets. And very foolish women, really foolish women, put their credit and their credit card on the line in order to have a warm body as a male friend. We understand each other?
Yes.
Very foolish ladies.
Absolutely. Can I say something?
Yes.
I have been renting cars for him for about a year, and he had always paid the bill. And so I had no reason to believe that this situation would be any different.
That's what keeps me in business.
Your Honor.
What? Where's the car bill?
This is for the U-Haul and the...
I see the U-Haul. It's $250.
Yes.
I have it here.
There's the other bills right there.
Just the car. What is this?
That's a bank statement.
I don't want a bank statement. I want a bill.
That's the only documentation I have of the charge on the credit card. It was $2,800.
You'll probably see cash deposits on there as well, where I gave her cash when she needed it.
From what? Did you give her cash?
When she needed the cash, and she was having a hard time different times, and I gave her cash.
Just a second. Give me a date.
I don't know. I don't remember a date. I mean, there were several times.
There was 2 deposits made. The first one was when the same day you dropped off the first rental car, you deposited $1,153, and the charge for it was $1,448. The second deposit
also gave you cash.
No, you
I
did
made
not.
the deposit, but I also gave you cash.
You want to talk to each other, or you can go outside and talk to each other, and then 801 and 1153.
Correct. All of the charges on that, he was the only one that used that card. And so...
Just a second.
Okay.
So wait a second, please. Check paid May 24th to Avis Rental Car. So that bill was $27.98.
And then there was $1,000 for an AT&T phone that he had.
Well, then you should have canceled that, madam. I don't get into phone bills. Before somebody works up $1,000 on phone bills, you cut off the phone. $376. That's for the U-Haul.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
What?
The cell phone did not get canceled because I had excellent credit. He told me he was paying the bill. I asked him every month, are you paying the AT&T bill? And he said yes. And
call AT&T. I'm not dealing with your phone bill. He owes you for the 2 tickets, the U-Haul, and the difference between what he paid on the rental car and what the rental car cost you. And that total is $1,222. Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
Order. All rise. Now, case number 253 on the calendar in the matter of McKinney versus Bates.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Ms. McKinney, you moved into the defendant's home, and at the time the two of you were involved in a relationship. That didn't work out. You allege all kinds of things and allege that he owes you money. Mr. Bates says not only doesn't he owe you any money, but you were supposed to pay your own way when you moved in with him. You did not do that. And in addition, when you left, you took some property of his, including a dog that you had given him. He has a counterclaim. So, when did you move in with Mr. Bates?
January of 2010.
What do you think Mr. Bates owes you for?
I purchased a table, a dining room table, and dishes and all of that stuff.
Not all of that stuff. This is a court, Ms. McKinney. You purchased a table. How much did you pay for the table, and from whom did you purchase it?
I paid $598.11, and I got it at Big Lots.
Mr. Bates.
Yes.
I'm interested in a dining room table for $600. Who bought it?
She technically bought it.
I don't want to know technically. That's where we are. We're in a court.
She purchased it.
And where is it now?
In my house.
Is she living in your house now?
No, she's not.
She gets her table back.
She owes me.
Just a second. She doesn't owe you anything until I say she owes you anything.
Okay.
Do we understand each other?
We do. Yes.
Perfect. What else did you purchase?
I purchased dishes and...
Dishes. Who did you purchase dishes from?
Target.
How much were they?
2 sets for $60 each, $120.
What do you need 2 sets of dishes? You keep kosher?
Because we have people come over and a set is only for 4 people.
Oh, you mean 2 small sets?
Yes.
2 sets of dishes, usually refers to something else. Just wanted to know. What? It was a joke. Nobody thought it was funny. I'm allowed to amuse myself. I've been here 15 years. Okay, so 2 sets of dishes for $120. Are the dishes in your house?
Yes.
They go back to her with the table in 5 days.
Half of them are broken.
That's not my problem.
He stepped on them and broke them because I wanted them back.
When?
About a month before I moved out.
It's not true.
Just a second. A month before you moved out. Now, after he stepped on the dishes, did you make up?
Yes.
Then I'm not interested.
Okay.
What else?
A bunk bed for my son.
Bunk bed. She purchased a bunk bed?
For both of our kids.
I don't care. Did she purchase a bunk bed?
Yes, and gave it to me.
Get a bed for your own kid.
She gave it to me.
No, she didn't. Get a bed for your own kid.
I had one.
Good. She's getting the bunk bed back, along with the table.
I don't agree.
I don't care whether you agree or not. This is not a popularity contest.
Right.
This is a court.
It is.
Perfect. Anything else?
Snow pants that I paid for. They were $150.
Snow pants?
Yeah. They ended up getting left behind when I grabbed all my clothes.
Well, so what do you want from me? Go buy new snow pants. What's next?
Punitive damages for harassment.
Do you know that if I actually got punitive damages from people for harassing me, I would be a very rich person?
It was harassment and abuse, domestic violence.
You have 5 minutes. Less, 3.
We were going out for a night and we were discussing sexual acts and we were joking around and having a fun time. And after we went out, he got drunk and belligerent and started going crazy. And he threw my keys across the room. He pushed me down on the couch. He pinned me to the bed. He was yelling in my face. He was this close to my face, screaming and yelling at me. And I was just sitting there crying, asking him to stop. And he went to go light a cigarette in the room. And that's when I freaked out because I didn't know what he was going to do with that cigarette.
Why'd you leave?
He wouldn't let me get to my phone. He was holding me in the house.
No, he wasn't holding in the house.
He was holding me in the house.
He went to the other room to get a cigarette.
In the living room, and the bedroom is in the back of the house. There's no way to get out of the bedroom.
Keep going.
He had my phone.
Keep going.
He was in the front of the house.
Come on. Busy. Let's go.
He was holding me down to the bed. He went and then he went to go light. He went to go light the cigarette, and I freaked out because I didn't know what he was going to do with it. I thought he was going to burn me.
I don't care what you thought. What did you do?
I yelled and told him to stop, to not light the cigarette, and then he kept me in the room, kept my phone from me, wouldn't let me leave.
And then what did you do?
I said, please, can I just go to bed?
What did you do?
In the morning, I text my mom.
So you went to sleep?
Yes. I waited for him to
Just
pass
a
out
second.
and I went to sleep.
You went to sleep?
Yes. I had no way to get out of the house.
Just a second. You went to sleep. According to what you just said to me, you waited for him to pass out. That's what you just said. I waited for him to pass out, and then I went to sleep.
By then, it was 3 o'clock in the morning.
I don't care. If I were petrified of somebody, I would get out at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I had no way to. He threw my keys. I didn't have my car. My phone wasn't working because he had broken it.
Well, you're very fortunate that you're here. You should have left 3 o'clock in the morning, gone to a neighbor, knocked at a door, say I'm in danger, somebody's trying to kill me. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Don't fetch about it later. You went to sleep. You had a fight, you went to sleep. All right. Next.
I have a witness that was there when I picked her up, when she came and picked me up that morning.
How did you get your witness to come and pick you up?
Because
I asked you a simple question. How did you get the witness to come and pick you up?
When we left the next morning to go get the kids, I sent my mom a text message because I got my phone to work. And I said, come pick me up in 45 minutes with a truck. Don't text back. I have to delete this. After I sent that to her, he took my phone, held it out the window, was driving over 100 miles an hour, acting like he was going to crash my car.
You want to know something? 3 o'clock in the morning, you should have left. Gotten in touch with somebody and said, I'm in danger, I'm leaving. Do you understand?
I couldn't.
Well, that's what you say. If I felt as if my life was in danger and the perpetrator of that alleged danger passed out, according to you used the words, he passed out, I would have gotten out of that house. Now, let's get to your answer. Answer. Ashley never paid me her share of rent or utilities, and all the furniture she wants back belongs to me. Not true. It belongs to her. And she took your dog. Now, tell me about the dog. When did she take the dog?
This was just before Christmas. When she moved out, she took the dog.
Very good. You're getting smart.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I'm paying half for the table. I'm paying half for the rent. I was paying for everything. Yeah.
And later today.
Get your what back and forth to school?
My daughter.
How old is your daughter?
5.
You have this 5-year-old child with him?
Oh, no way. No.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Ashley McKinney says former live-in boyfriend Bill Bates owes for the return of furniture and an assault. Bill is countersuing for utility bills, child care costs, and pet expenses.
Now, did you love the dog?
Yes, I loved it. My son loved it.
When for the first time did you go to the police and say she stole your dog?
I never went to the police.
We're now, sir, almost in October.
Yes, we are.
That's almost a year ago. If I woke up and found that somebody stole my dog, I would have been at the police the next day.
5 months ago.
Listen, you have a son?
I do.
You have a son?
Yes, I
you
do.
love him?
Yes, I do.
If you went into his bedroom and found him missing one day, would it take you 5 months to report that to the police? You would go right away.
Right away.
Right. Well, some people feel that way about their pets, sir. So I'm not interested in a counterclaim that's asking for a dog back after 5 months. Do we understand each other?
Well, it's not necessarily the dog. I mean, I spent for the vet bills on that dog and then supplies.
I don't care. It's irrelevant to me.
She took the dog away from me and my son.
It's irrelevant to me,
There's
sir.
nothing I could...
If you wanted the dog back and it's your dog, then you should have... I'm speaking. Do you see my mouth moving? If you wanted the dog back, and I would have entertained your application to get the dog back, if she took the dog September 15th, and you said, she stole my dog, and I love that dog, and she gave it to me as a gift, I want it back, I would have heard you.
This is 5 months now, and she's asking for furniture. So, I mean, regardless of the dog or the furniture...
No, there's a difference between furniture and a dog.
Well, it's a gift.
In my mind, there's a difference.
Well,
Just like there's a difference. You see my mouth moving? Just like there's a difference between furniture and your son.
That's correct.
There's a different feeling. You don't love a table. And she doesn't love her snow pants.
Actually, I do love the table. It's an awesome table.
You do love the table?
Yeah, it's a beautiful table.
You love the table more or less than your son?
Oh, I love my son more.
Right. Okay. She gets back the table. You don't get back the dog. Now, let's talk about what she owes you for rent, because that's what she says. She never paid her share of her rent or utilities.
She actually moved in October of 2009.
Yes.
She stayed with me rent-free.
For how long?
For 7 months.
Just a minute. And was she supposed to pay you in October?
Yes.
Did she pay you?
No.
Did you evict her?
No.
She stayed with you in November?
Yes.
Did she pay you?
No.
Did you evict her?
No.
Did she stay with you in December?
Yes.
Did she pay you?
I see where you're going.
You got where I'm going? You got where I'm going? It's over. She gets her table and her bunk beds, the unbroken dishes, and if you want to, wrap the unbroken dishes in her snow pants if you have them, within 5 days. It's finished.
But
over. Done.
You don't understand what I've done for this girl.
Listen. You
Beat
her up. Listen to me. Just a second. You don't understand me, sir. I don't care.
I can see that.
I don't care. I'm not giving her the money that she wants. Now, let me see how much money she wants. $5,000 because she had a fight. She's not getting any money.
Right.
She's getting her furniture back. Because she spent her money on it, she's taking her furniture back. Because that's reasonable. But if you actually had a contract with her for rent and utilities,
I didn't
and
bring
she
the
lived
lease.
with and she lived with you for 7 months and shared a bed with you, and as she discussed, you know, having cute little sex talk before this argument took place, I'm not interested, quite frankly, in rent.
Well, she was only eligible to buy those things for the place because I paid for the rent. If I didn't pay for the rent or the bills, she wouldn't have been able to buy the table or any of that. So technically, I'm paying half for the table, I'm paying half for the rent. I was paying for everything. Yeah, I know.
5 days, that's all. Thank you.
Your Honor,
These are excused. May step out.
we were planning on having a long future together,
I bought her a wedding ring, actually.
and it just kind of went downhill.
I'm stuck with a wedding ring, and she gets the furniture.
Be smart about who I choose to be with.
Well, I'm telling you what, next time she comes to my work for a booty call, I'm gonna tell her no way.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Bloom versus Colby. Step forward.
Donald Bloom is suing his daughter's ex-boyfriend, 23-year-old Michael Colby, for an unpaid loan to buy a car. Michael claims the money was a gift.
Mr. Bloom, this young man used to be your daughter's boyfriend. Is your claim you loaned him money for a car? He paid you back some. There is a balance on the loan, and he and your daughter are no longer a couple. Mr. Colby says that you did, in fact, give him money to buy a car. It was just that. It was a gift. He did, in fact, give you back some money for some bizarre reason, but he said there was never an agreement to pay you back, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Colby?
Currently, right now, nothing.
Who are you living with?
My parents.
Why are you laughing at that? Is this your father?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
How old are you?
23.
Have you always lived with your parents?
For like the past probably 3 years.
Where did you live prior to that?
On my own.
For how long?
From when I was 17 to about 3 years ago, so.
And what kind of work were you doing from 17 to 20?
Warehouse production.
And when was the last time you were employed?
About a year ago.
Month?
May.
May of 2009?
Yes, ma'am.
And you haven't worked since May of 2009?
Yeah.
When did Mr. Bloom turn over this money to you for a car? In what month?
September.
Of what year?
09.
And at that time you weren't working?
Nope.
No is the answer.
No, ma'am.
What did you need a car for?
Transportation, look for a
what?
job, get my daughter back to school.
Get
home.
your what?
For what?
Get your what back and forth to school?
My daughter.
How old is your daughter?
5.
Great.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
When did you start giving him back this gift?
I don't remember when I started paying him back the money, but the reason why I paid him back that 5 was I felt guilty for it.
What made you stop feeling guilty?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Donald Bloom says his daughter's ex-boyfriend, Michael Colby, owes for a loan to buy a car.
You have this 5-year-old child with him?
No way, no. No.
Thank God.
And with whom does your daughter live?
Half with her mom and half with me.
Well, half with you. We mean half with your father. Because you don't pay rent, because you don't work.
When I was with her, I was paying rent. I was paying $500 to my parents.
Well, how could you pay $500?
Because I was
to your
working
parents,
up until the time I broke my hand.
When?
I broke my hand in May of 09.
Why?
So for the last year, from May of 09, well, certainly until September of 09, when he gave you money to buy a car, you weren't working.
No.
You say he was working.
He was working for
Where
Stanley
was he working?
Steamer.
Full-time or part-time?
Full-time.
How long had he worked for Stanley Steamer at the time you gave him the car money?
I loaned him the money in September of 09, so he was working. I mean, my daughter met him about May. I don't know how long prior
May of
to
09.
that. Yes.
Now we together, sir? So at the time that you got this money from Mr. Bloom, you were working for Stanley Steamer.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what Mr. Bloom says, because he also said that you were giving him back $200 every couple of weeks.
Correct.
Towards this loan, which is why he gave you $2,500 and all that's left is $2,050.
As far as we talked, it was a gift. He never loaned me the money. It was always a gift.
Well, when did you start giving him back this gift?
I don't remember when I started paying him back the money, but the reason why I paid him back that $5 was I felt guilty for it. So.
And when did you stop feeling guilty?
When I stopped paying him, probably a few months ago.
What made you stop feeling guilty?
Because in a way, I felt like I didn't owe him the money, and then...
Okay. So in a way, you felt as if you didn't owe him the money.
Yeah.
Tell me what kind of way you felt that you didn't owe him the money.
Because his daughter had stated she was going to help pay back the money, and it was, like I said, it was just a gift.
No, don't tell me it was just a gift. That's a conclusion. So you didn't actually feel as if you actually owed him the money, even though you had paid him back some of the money, because his daughter said she was going to help pay back some of the money, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about the conversation you had with your then-girlfriend.
In the beginning, I didn't want to take the money. I was leery on it. She stated... Yes, to me. To take the money, she would help me pay it back.
Great! Take the money, I will help you pay the gift back, right? No, I'm trying to understand you, Mr. Colby. Take the money, and if you have a problem, I'll help you pay the gift back, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to pay something back, then that's a loan. Do you understand that, Mr. Colby?
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, I know I was making fun before when I said, you know, paying back this gift. But if you're going to pay something back, it's a loan.
It's true.
Why did you bring your father here?
Because he's been through it the whole time. With all the harassing and text messages. Don's the one that got him involved in it. When it was between me and him, he should have never got my dad involved on it.
What was between the two of you?
The money that he had given me.
And you think he would have given you any money, sir, if it wasn't for his daughter?
Probably.
I wouldn't give you a quarter. And the reason he got your father involved is because you're 23 years old. How old are you?
I'm 20.
Almost the same age as his foolish daughter. And he figured, listen, I need my money back. So since Mr. Colby doesn't live on his own, has no job, he's got a 5-year-old child, his parents cover for him, so they let him move into the house. His parents take care of probably part of the time his daughter, something that they didn't sign.
Alan Winter says ex-boyfriend Rolando Conejo owes for a truck loan and for assaulting him during a dinner party.
Mr. Winters, you and the defendant were in a relationship for a couple of years, according to what I've read, lived together, and then the relationship ended, unfortunately, unamicably. It is your claim that you loaned the defendant some money to buy a truck.
Yes, ma'am.
And then it is your claim that he assaulted you.
Yes, ma'am.
The defendant says that he paid for the truck through services.
Correct.
Took care of your home, took care of things for the 2 years that you lived together. Also paid money towards your mortgage every month that should be counted towards the truck debt. And this truck debt came about as a result of a loan that he had with someone else that he had been involved with. And when the two of you became involved, you said you don't want any strings attached, so you paid off the truck loan to the other person, thereby making him only beholden to you for this debt.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, when I met Alan, he offered, and that was his idea. He said, Rolando, I can help you with this. As long as you take care of the chihuahuas, help me remodeling the house, because...
Just a second. How much did you pay for the truck?
I paid $7,538 for the truck.
And how much did the defendant pay you back?
He, on June 1st, he gave me a check for $3,000.
What was the $3,000 for, sir?
For the truck.
Fine. Leaving a balance of $4,538. Because if he told you to take care of the chihuahuas in exchange for the truck, you wouldn't have given him $3,000, right?
Right.
It's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel.
He's thinking that's a lot of chihuahuas.
Your Honor.
What?
He also said, if you help me to remodel the house, that would contribute towards the loan. So in my mind, I always understood that, okay, I'm going to take care of the chihuahuas, I'm going to help in remodeling the house.
Just forget the chihuahuas. What did you do to remodel the house?
We demolished the back of the house. That was hours of labor. And I also helped him to title a new bathroom and kitchen.
How many hours of labor did you put in the back?
Well, throughout the 2 years, I would say more than 100 hours.
Yes.
Yeah, originally, there were 2 loans. And last Tuesday, we went to small claims court in Utah, and he was given financial credit for the work that he did on my house.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. And I have evidence to prove that.
Okay, so that was one loan, but you've already resolved the issue, therefore,
Yes, ma'am.
with regard to any work that he may have done to pay down a loan.
Yes, ma'am.
So why are you bringing it up again? You only get credit for the work once, sir.
I don't know. He's the one that is doing all this right now. And we had a fight the last time, and...
You can only bring up the work once. Now, you want to go into this assault, sir?
Yes, ma'am. On December 1st, 2006, I was having friends over for dinner. I was having Mike and another friend over for dinner. Mike is my witness.
Mr. Winters, this assault happened December 1st, 2006.
Yes, ma'am.
When did you and the defendant separate?
In July of 2006.
Your Honor.
In July, shh, put your hand down, you'll have a chance. So this assault allegedly happened after you separated?
Yes, ma'am. We remained friends.
Fine. December 1st, 2006. I'll hear you.
Okay. He dropped the dogs off because he provided dog care for me. But the chihuahuas were owned by both of us. So he came over at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, dropped the dogs off, went up to a job interview, came back to my house at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we were talking, and I asked him if he was drunk. And he said, no, I'm tired. I haven't been drinking. I knew that he had been drinking, so we went to get groceries because he was cooking Costa Rican dinner for our guests. And on the way to the grocery store, I told him, I said, Rolando, I know you're drunk, and I know you lied to me about it. You don't need to lie to me about being drunk. I knew he was going through a hard time or whatever. So when we got back to the house, it escalated into an argument, and he started to approach me. And the police had already been involved once before, and so I put up my hand and I stopped him. I said, don't come near me. If you come any closer to me, I'm going to call the police. You know that you'll be arrested immediately. So he didn't, and then I said, I want you to leave my house. You're not to stay here for dinner. I don't want this argument to happen in front of friends. And he refused to leave, so he sat on my couch for hours. He said nothing. So I sat on a chair opposite him, and I was reading or whatever. And all of a sudden, he just pops up, and he's very animated, and he said, okay, we need to cook dinner. This was a few hours later. So he starts cooking dinner, and I go in the kitchen, and I'm chopping things up for him. And I told him, I said, you have to promise me that you will not drink any more tonight, and that you will not argue with me or bring up an argument while my friends are here. And he promised. So Mike and my other friend came to the house, and Rolando was very animated. He was a very gracious host. His dinner was delicious, and we had a really nice dinner. Well, after dinner, we were playing a game called Shut the Box, and it requires each player to have 10 $1 bills. I knew Rolando did not have that money, so I offered to give him 10 $1 bills earlier, and that's one thing that caused an argument earlier because of the money issue. So we were in the front room, and he would come in and out, and he was very pensive, and he would sit and watch us, and then he would disappear. The game becomes very, very rambunctious. We were screaming and yelling and having a good time and laughing. And we were also drinking cocktails. And the next thing we know, Rolando showed up in the living room wearing nothing but my bathrobe. He had gone into my bedroom and taken off all his clothes, and he had his underwear and my bathrobe on. And he came in immediately, started verbally attacking me, and Mike and I watched him, and we didn't comment. We said nothing. My other friend is a person that I also used to date, and so Rolando started to argue with him, and my other friend started to defend me. After a while of hearing Ms. Conejo just scream and yell, the three of us went into the kitchen to get away from him. And so...
And left him?
Yes, ma'am, in the living room. He followed us into the kitchen. He picked up a glass of water, and he went to throw the water on me, but he hit my other friend, who's not here today. And then before I knew it, he was just hitting me in the face. And I have pictures of my face
I'd like to see
to show. I also have a letter from the Victims Resource Center from Salt Lake City. So Mike and my other friend grabbed Mr. Conejo and held him down, but he wouldn't stop fighting. There was blood all over my kitchen. I went into the bathroom to see what my face looked like because I'm a flight attendant. They won't allow me to fly when my face is cut up. And it came to a point Rolando would not stop. He just would not stop. And so my friend picked him up physically and threw him off my front porch. He landed in a pile in the snow. And my friend wasn't even sure if he was hurt because he landed on a sidewalk in the snow.
He was wearing his bathrobe at the time?
He was wearing my bathrobe at the time. And so a few minutes later, Mr. Conejo once again jumped up and took off. And that's why I didn't call the police.
Okay, Mr. Conejo, let me hear what happened on December the 1st, if you remember.
First of all, I want to mention that we were still in a relationship.
Wonderful. What happened on December 1st?
On December 1st...
Tell me how he got all cut up.
On December 1st, he called me and said, Rolando, come over. I want to invite you to have some cocktails to drink. And I went over to drink with him. And then he's like, we can invite some people over to play games, and that was Mike and his other friend. And Alan and me and his other friend, we were drinking. I had been in this relationship for 2 years, and it was very dysfunctional. Alan would come from flying, and he
I
would...
don't want to hear about, I want to hear about December 1st.
Well, we were drinking, and Alan punched me on the face because I told their friends that I had to put this facade pretending that we were in this good relationship. So he punched me in the face because I said that, and then he started attacking me, and we got in this fight. His friend...
May I see the photographs of your face, please?
I don't have a photograph, but
he punched you?
He punched me first.
Then did you... I'd like to see the police report.
I don't have one, but this is a pattern that Alan has.
I don't want to hear pattern. I want to hear the police report.
In May, we had a fight.
I don't want to hear May. I want to hear December.
I don't have a report on that.
Where did you go after you ran away?
I didn't run away. He kicked me out of the house.
Where did you go?
I went to John, that is my witness.
John, stand up. John, you have a last name?
Crapo.
Mr. Crapo, you remember December 1st?
I do.
I'd like you to describe the defendant's condition when he came to your house. First, how did he get there?
He said he walked. It's about 3 blocks away.
Then what was he wearing?
A bathrobe.
And how did he appear to you?
Very distraught. He was crying. He was bleeding.
Listen to me. Was he drunk?
Yes. That's it.
Okay. You have a drinking problem, sir? You have an alcohol problem. You know, I've been in the business for a long time. I can tell alcohol problem from a mile away. You have to stop drinking. He may be able to handle it. You can't. You have to stop drinking. Are you living with this gentleman now?
I am.
You know he has to have help in order to get rid of this problem. Unless you have a problem, too. I don't know if you have a problem, too. But he has a problem.
I understand what you're saying.
Have you suggested to him that he get some help for his drinking?
No.
Why not?
I'm not sure it's to that point.
It's that point. He needs help for his drinking. He may be a functioning alcoholic, but he needs help for his drinking.
As does Alan, I believe.
Not the same way.
Okay.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bodies are excused. You may step out.
Peggy Price is suing her ex-boyfriend, Corey Emerson, for loans to pay rent, fix his bike, and travel to his brother's wedding. Corey says the money she gave him was never a loan.
Ms. Price, Mr. Emerson was your boyfriend for a brief period of time, and according to your complaint, you made a series of loans to him. You want your money back because he broke off the relationship. He says that he did break off the relationship. Any money that you gave him during the relationship were gifts because you cared for him. He needed the money. That's what people do who care for each other. They help each other out. And the only time it became a loan was when he broke up with you. Is that your defense, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you, Mr. Emerson?
30 years old.
Ever been married?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times?
Just once.
When and for how long?
I was married when I was 20 for 9 years.
You have children?
2.
How old are your children?
9 and 10.
Do you see them?
Almost every day.
So you're a good father.
I try to be, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do, Mr. Emerson?
I work for the railroad.
And how long have you worked for the railroad?
6.5 years.
Pay child support?
Yes, ma'am.
What about you, Miss Price? How old are you?
32.
Ever been married?
Yes.
When and for how long?
2000 until 2005.
Have any children?
2.
How old are they?
5 and 13.
Do you work?
I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm self-employed hairstylist.
Children see their father?
Yes.
Do you pay child support?
He's disabled, so they get Social Security.
And your former wife, sir, what does she do?
She has an in-home daycare.
So it would be a fair statement, Mr. Emerson, to say that both of these families are sort of struggling to make ends meet financially. That be a fair statement?
I wouldn't say that I'm struggling, nor would I say she's struggling at all.
Really?
That's correct.
You think there's plenty of money to go around?
I do.
Then why would you take money from her, Mr. Emerson?
I didn't take any money.
No, listen to me, sir.
Oh.
You did take money from her. Whether it's a gift or a loan, you did take money from her, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, if these two families are in pretty much similar circumstance, why would you take money from her?
Things come up, you know, things need to be paid. She offers to pay for those things. I wasn't going to say no.
Why not? Is my question. Why not? Would not a person with a certain moral compass say, listen, you're a working gal, you got 2 little children. I'm a working guy, I got 2 little children.
Somebody offers me money, who am I to say no?
A creep. That's who you are. Because whether I determine this was a gift or a loan, you're a creep. You're not talking about somebody who's got plenty of extra cash and says to somebody that she cares about, listen, I got a lot of extra cash. You need something, I'll help you with it. You were pretty well aware of the fact, if you were dating for a while, that she's a hard-working gal who comes home from work, takes care of her kids, does the cooking, whatever, does everything that has to be done. And you, on the other hand, who see your children every day, which is really very nice, probably have much less responsibility with regard to doing their laundry, with their appointments, with regard to doing the general stuff, what I call the grunt work, because your children do live with their mother, don't they?
Yes, ma'am.
So now we're going to decide whether you are a creep that took the money because it was a loan or a creep that took the money because it was a gift. Either way, I don't approve of your behavior. When did you start dating Mr. Emerson?
The second week of May 2006.
Tell me when and under what circumstances he asked you for the first amount of money.
He wrecked his bike, the fork broke. He said that he didn't have the money to pay for it. Sent me a text message, can you do me a huge favor? That's how all of them start.
Could you do me a huge favor?
Yeah.
Go ahead. What did it say?
I need money to pay for the fork for my bike.
Okay.
So I said under the condition that he make payments, whatever, eventually it's got to be paid back.
When did you tell him eventually he has to be paid back?
I didn't set a date. I just said, you know, whenever you can pay me back.
Okay, so and how much was that for?
This check was for $409.81.
Okay, next.
Then he was having problems. He didn't have enough money to pay his rent. So
how did you find out about that?
He sent me a text message again asking him to help him pay his rent. And I said, how much is it? And he said it was $640 with late fees. I said, how much do you have? He said he had like $400 in the bank. And I said, I can help you out, but once again, it's, you know, we're adding this on. So I wrote a check for $640, but he gave me $403 of it.
Go ahead.
Then he had to get home. His brother's wedding was like a month before.
He had to go to a wedding?
To Montana. And, you know, we talked about it, and I'm like, I can help you out. If you want me to, whatever, I can help you out.
I don't want whatever. You're in court now, Miss Price. You have to be specific about what you said to him and what he said to you, and I want you to trust me on this. I know what you're making up, and I know what you're not making up.
Right.
Do you understand?
Right.
So a month later, he had a wedding?
Yes.
Where were you when he asked you for the money for the trip?
We were at a bar.
And what did he say to you?
He just said that he didn't have the money to get there. Could I help him out?
And what did you say?
I said, I can do what I can, you know, but...
And how much was that?
The plane ticket was $346.60, and the Greyhound bus that I put him on, because I waited till the last minute to get the plane ticket, and it was going to be $900. So I wasn't going to do that. I didn't have the money to do that, and he knew that. So I sent him on a Greyhound, and that was $159.
Okay, and that's it?
Yes.
And what date was that?
He left on the 1st of August and returned on the 8th.
And when did you and Mr. Emerson stop seeing each other?
He came in on the 11th, which was a Friday, at about noon.
To your salon?
My work, yes. I proceeded to give him and his son a haircut at no charge, thinking everything was okay, because we'd had no problems up till then. And I got a text message 6 hours later from him saying that we needed a break, and, you know, this wasn't working, it was moving too fast. And so we went back and forth through text messages, and I said, you know, I have the right to know why you're feeling this way. I've done everything in the relationship I've given.
And he said?
He said, since you're giving me an ultimatum, it's over.
Okay, now, Mr. Emerson, it's your turn. June. June!
June. The mountain bike. I wrecked my mountain bike. It was going to cost about $400 to fix it. I had talked with Peggy about the price, and she offered to pay for it.
What would you talk to her about the price for?
Well, we're in a relationship. We talked about, you know, I talked about wrecking my mountain bike and, you know, what it was going to be to fix it. And
why would you tell her that? Why don't you tell your ex-wife that?
Actually, I did tell my ex-wife that.
Did she give you any money?
No.
You have living parents?
Yes.
Well, your mother loves you for a longer time than the plaintiff did. Why don't you call your mother and say, I broke my spoke?
I didn't need to. The plaintiff had already offered to pay for it.
She wouldn't need to have offered to have paid for it, Mr. Emerson, if you didn't have a problem. And you wouldn't have had a problem if you called your mother, or your father, or your brother, or your sister, and said, could you loan me some money? Then you wouldn't have even had to mention it to her.
It was offered to pay for it, ma'am.
Well, what about Mr. Emerson? You need not do that. I only know you 8 weeks. And I wouldn't think of taking any money from you because I have a mother who gave birth to me. I have an ex-wife who I support along with my 2 children. I have a brother, sister, father, you know, who I've known a long time. I wouldn't think of taking money from you. How about that?
Didn't even cross my mind.
No, that's because you're a creep. Now, Mr. Emerson, you want to tell me what cathartic event happened between the 1st of August when you went home to your brother's wedding and the 11th of August when you had your hair cut and your son's hair cut for free at Miss Price's salon that caused you to send her a text message that said, we need a break?
It had been leading up to that.
I want you to tell me the cathartic event between August 1st, when you left on a plane ticket that she purchased for you, and when you came back on a Greyhound bus ticket that she had purchased for you that caused you to say, we need a break.
Okay, it was...
Follow my train of thought, sir.
It was big deal was the plane ticket. She tells you she's going to do something and she'll play along with the story. I'm going to do this. I've got it taken care of. Don't worry. I'll do it.
Just a second. Just a second. Let's get rid of the gobbledygook, sir. What you're complaining about is
the fact that she does not follow through.
Listen. What you're saying is she sent you home by bus instead of plane. Is that what you're telling me?
That was one of the problems, yes.
Oh, very good. Major creep. Major creep. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,154. That's all.
David Boudreau says ex-girlfriend Valerie Kassler owes for rent and for stealing money from a shared bank account. Valerie says she was entitled to that money.
Mr. Boudreau, you and Miss Kassler were involved in a relationship, according to what I read in your complaint, for a period of time, and did in fact live together.
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe she moved in with you.
Yes.
And you have children?
Yes, I do.
How many children?
I have a total of 4, and I have 2 that live with me.
So you moved in with Mr. Boudreau with your 2 children?
Actually, we got the place together. He was living at the time with his parents.
Did you sign a lease together?
I was the main person on the lease.
Then the answer is only you signed the lease.
All our information was on there. For
Who signed the lease? Raise your hand.
Both of us did.
Great. As joint tenants?
Yes.
Now, it is your complaint, Mr. Boudreau, that after the 2 of you separated, Miss Kassler went to a joint bank account and she withdrew some money. That's $1,600.
Yes.
And she had not put that money into the account. That was your money, because
Correct.
this was sometime after you had separated that she closed the account. Ms. Kassler has a variety of reasons why she believes she was entitled to that money, and she's going to explain that to me. When did you move into this apartment together?
November 22nd of 2003.
And when did you move out of the apartment?
May 14th, 2005.
So you lived together for some period of time?
Yes, ma'am.
And your arrangement was, according to what I read, that each of you would put in $800 a month to cover your household expenses?
Correct.
Correct.
When was the last time you put money in that account, Ms. Kassler?
April 3rd.
April of 2005?
2005. I apologize.
At that time, you were still living there, so that $800 covered May rent.
Actually, that was for April's rent and bills.
Is that right?
Yes.
What was the rent?
$1,100.
And you had gas, electric, cable,
Correct.
whatever. So I would assume that at the end of each month, there wasn't much left over from this $800 a month. That $800 a month just pretty much covered the bills
Some
for
months,
each month.
yes.
Okay, good. Now, when did you withdraw this money, Ms. Kassler, from the account?
When I took it all out, it was in June.
Now, Ms. Kassler, you knew that in June of 2005, it had been 2 months since you put any money into the account. And if there was money in the account, it was money that Mr. Boudreau had put in the account. Is that right?
Correct.
So now the ball is in your court, madam, to explain to me why you believe you're entitled to that money.
There were various months, which I have all written out here, that I put in over the $800 to cover the bills, and some months I put in extra to cover the rent because Mr. Boudreau was not working. And Mr. Boudreau also stated that when we moved with him to North Carolina, that if we were not happy, he would pay to move us back to North Carolina. I ended up having to pay to move myself back here. My son was a witness to a lot of these conversations. That's why he is here. But I ended up putting over $2,270 extra in that account to cover bills.
How much extra did Mr. Boudreau put in the account some months?
None.
What you're saying to me, twofold. What you're saying to me is twofold. That the reason you took that money out, stop playing with your papers, Mr. Boudreau.
Oh.
The reason you took that money out of the account is twofold. A, because you thought you put in more than your fair share during the course of the 1.5 years that you were living together. That's one. And two, if I don't buy that argument, you had to spend money to move you and your family back home, despite the fact that Mr. Boudreau had said that if things didn't work out, he would pay for your moving.
Yes.
Is there any other reason that you want to offer me why you closed that account and took out
Because
the
I
money?
wanted my name off of that account.
Okay. Is that the primary reason why you went to the bank?
I sent them a letter to close the account.
You have a copy of that letter?
Yes, I do.
Let me see the copy of the letter, please.
Right here. And then here's a copy of the email with the bank.
All right, so the first thing that you did was
I sent
when
him an
you
email.
separated.
Whoops.
Okay. At least initially, I get the sense, Ms. Kessler, that what you intended was just to have your name taken off the account. And if that meant that the account had to be closed and reopened in his individual name, that's what you wanted.
Yes.
And then you ask the question, well, what happens to the funds that are in the bank? Because the bank says, it can't just take your name off, the account has to be closed. And you say, well, then I want the account closed. And they say, well, okay, we'll send you the paperwork and you close the account, because you can do that. And then they say, well, what do you want to do with the funds in the account? And you say, well, how are those funds going to be dispersed? And they say they send you a check, because you're the one closing the account, and you put it in your bank. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I tried contacting him, and he would not answer the phone. Or
What did you try contacting him for,
just
Ms.
to
Kessler?
get my name off of there. And
All
then
right,
he sent
so-
me threatening emails, and I said, because I was going to let the money, extra money that I put into the account go, just to sever contact with him. He sent me a threatening email, and I said,
Did
that's
he?
it.
Can I see it?
How
See
many
what
do you
happens
want?
when you're not nice, Mr. Boudreau?
I do.
You see what happens when you're nasty? You could have eliminated this whole thing if you weren't nasty. What'd you get nasty for?
Because those emails I sent, most of them were replies back to her she sent to me. I mean, she called me in 475 times in a little bit over a month.
You have the records
And
of that?
I have the records of that
I
right
see.
here.
What'd you call him 475 times for?
When I first went down there, he had worked on my computer, and I was having computer problems. And
475 times?
And if you notice, some of those calls were made to the cell phone first, and because he did not answer the cell phone, I called the house phone.
475 times?
Well, I have emails here to bet that
Miss
say,
Kessler.
why won't you answer the phone?
Miss Kessler. 475
that's what it
times?
says.
That's harassing. All right, think about when he says nasty things to you.
I mean, before that, he had threatened my life.
This is disgusting, sir. I don't care what she said to you. I don't care if she called you 475. This is disgusting.
And I have a lot more with those words in him. He would say that to me in front of my children.
How long did he say that in front of your children before you moved out?
That's why I got out of there.
He said it, listen to me, the first time, not the second time. The first time he used this language in front
Too
of my
long.
children.
Too long.
In front of my children.
Too
You're a
long.
tough girl. I mean, I read what you did.
Too long.
I read what you did. You're a pretty tough girl.
I should have got out longer than I did.
Absolutely right. One time, use this kind of language in front of my children, and I'd be gone. If you let him abuse your children that way, that's your problem. They're not his children. You know why you're here, Mr. Boudreau?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're here because you have a big, fresh mouth. A big, fresh, nasty mouth. I mean, I never saw somebody string these expletives together in sentences like this. Don't you have any other way of expressing yourself, sir? Don't you have any other way of, in a civilized manner, expressing yourself?
I tried every way.
No.
I tried every way.
You
and
think that saying it this, Mr. Boudreau, you think that using this kind of language is going to get her to stop calling you? You think that this kind of language in a letter is supposed to inspire her to do things in a reasonable way?
I mean, 475 phone calls.
What did she want
emails,
from
messages.
Mr. Boudreau, what did she want from you, sir?
No, I have no idea.
What did you want
I
from
have
him?
no idea.
Shh, Miss Kessler.
Right now, my kids want
No,
their
no,
dog.
no, shh. Forget the dog. Just go. Forget it. Go buy him a new dog.
I didn't want
I'm
anything
asking
from
you.
him. I want him to leave
so
me
what?
alone.
So what will you call
And-
it? Shh. Listen to me. What were you calling him for? Don't think. What were you calling him for?
At first, to get my computer straightened out, because he's the one that formatted it. And there were programs on there that I didn't understand how they worked, and he knew how they worked, and I was trying to get him to help me with them.
At first?
Mm-hmm.
After he didn't return your calls because he didn't want to talk to you. At first, then there has to be a second. What was the second reason that you called him?
Stupidity.
Right. And then you took his money. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,600. That's all.
Party's ex. Elizabeth Sperry says her ex-husband's girlfriend, Wendy Shively, had her falsely arrested for stalking. Wendy says she had no other choice.
Miss Sperry, the defendant is your former husband's current girlfriend.
That's correct.
This is the former husband.
That's also correct.
How long were you married?
10 years.
You have 3 children.
Correct.
And am I correct that your husband has primary physical custody of the children?
That is correct.
As of when?
Actually, since from the time we separated, because of the fact I left the marriage. 4 years.
And you see the children how often?
Every Monday and Tuesday after school, every other weekend.
How far do you live from your former husband?
54 miles.
And who do you live with?
I live with my husband.
And you've been married for how long?
9 months now.
Your claim is that Miss Shively had you falsely arrested for stalking.
That is correct, yes.
And you want to be compensated. And Miss Shively says that she feared for her safety because of your behavior, and she had every right to have you arrested. So I'm coming to you, Miss Shively. Tell me what caused you to file the complaint, and I would like to read the complaint and see the police report that was generated by you.
There's some other documents.
Okay, go ahead.
On May 19th, Miss Sperry, that was the first contact I had with her, and it wasn't really contact. I noticed her following us. We were picking up some leaves. A neighbor had cut his trees down so we could see to drive around the corner. So we were out putting those into the truck to take them to the dump, and Miss Sperry kept driving back and forth. This was on a Thursday. It was not her day with the kids.
May 19th.
May 19th.
Right.
On May 19th, 10 a.m., I left my home to go to a doctor's appointment at where I have been going to the doctor for about the past 10 years. I arrived at 10 minutes after 11, saw the doctor, got the prescription filled, drove down 2 main roads in the neighborhood to go to the back side of it, where it's a large neighborhood, but it's got very main roads that people use all the time. To go to the back side, to go to the Wendy's drive-thru, get a grilled chicken sandwich, and go to work. At that time, I was in sales, and I worked in the immediate area.
Did you drive by their home on May 19th?
No.
Yes, you did.
When I got to the back of the neighborhood at a traffic light, I noticed a burgundy van in front of me. It's windowless. And I looked, and he's got plates that say on them. I thought, oh, crap, I'm right behind Jeff. I couldn't see in that van. There is not a single window on it.
Just a second. So what you're saying is you live about an hour away, and on May 19th, you were in the vicinity of their home. Okay, next.
But she had driven by 6 times before she was behind us in the burgundy van.
I got it. Go
Okay.
ahead. Keep going. What's
Okay.
next?
There were several other incidences. There was a June 7th incident. I had been taking her daughter, Allison, who's 11, to my tanning salon, not to tan, but she has some scars on her legs, and there's a spray type of tan you can use, and it covered them a little, so she was a little more confident. I never asked Beth. Jeff had given me permission to take her there, and Beth had gone into the salon, raised a scene. When I went in the next time, the ladies told me about it. I felt terrible, that I felt like I stepped on her toes, so I called her. And I said, listen, we need to talk. I didn't mean to do anything against you. I was just trying to help Allison, and is there a way we can do this together? And we met in a parking lot. I gave her my cell phone number at that time because her and her ex-husband don't get along at all, thinking that perhaps I could keep them from fighting in front of the kids, arguing back and forth, because I care about the kids. Started out, she would call asking for little things like to help with the kids, and that was fine, but then it turned into Bass Jeff sessions. How bad he is, how he's going to beat me in 2 years, how he's charming at first, but he beats women, and I didn't want to listen to that anymore. And I told her to stop contacting me. There became an incident.
Okay. Now let's go back to the incidents at the tanning salon. What happened at the tanning salon?
On the weekend prior to June 7th, my daughter happened to mention that she had gone to the tanning salon with Wendy. And I said, oh, and I knew she was self-conscious of the scars. I understood completely. But I didn't really know who signed the paper, and in my mind, I didn't mind that she went. It wasn't a problem, so I did go by the tanning salon. I said,
why?
Just to see who signed the paper. I was just curious. It did have her signature, and I said, you know, she's really not her parent or guardian. She really shouldn't have signed that. So I signed one. I filled out consent forms for both of my daughters. I didn't object. I thought it was very nice that their father had met somebody finally after 3.5 years, and the girls spoke very nicely about Ms. Shiley. I was thrilled that, you know, they had somebody to enjoy their time with as well.
That's very nice, but then I don't understand why you were curious to see who had signed the consent form.
Because...
Then I don't understand why you were curious enough to make a trip to the tanning salon to see who had signed the consent form, if it was a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
If their father has primary physical custody of the children, so
Mm-hmm.
certainly he can consent.
Oh, certainly.
And he can delegate someone else to consent.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see, despite the fact that what you're saying now is all peaches and cream and all light and fluff, why you would go to the tanning salon and say, no, I'm going to sign a consent form.
I just, as a parent, just offered it because, again, I didn't want it to come back. But at the same time,
It
I
was
did.
stupid.
Yeah, it was. And again,
Okay.
I was only, I was on my way to pick up my
You were
children.
tweaked. You were tweaked and peaked. Did your husband receive custody of these children with your consent, or was it a court order?
No, it was with consent because he is the only one who lived in the school district. I lived 3 miles away, and we did not want them to be moved. So, no, back in May of '03, we consented that he would have primary physical for school enrollment purposes.
So when you moved an hour away,
Mm-hmm.
you made no request to move with you?
No, I have not. Not at this point. I have...
Stand up a second. I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
Mr. Corey, am I correct that there has been no request by your former wife to change the custody arrangement?
She's tried in a roundabout way of doing it.
How?
Before Father's Day this year, that's one of the things that Wendy had a problem with her. She basically filled out some...
Okay, then let Wendy tell me. Why don't you sit down? What happened on Father's Day?
She showed up prior to Father's Day at my apartment. She called me and told me she had just dropped off her kids. I never gave her my address, mind you. She had just dropped off her kids.
How did you get her address? I did not have her address. I just knew that she lived in an apartment complex on the back side of the neighborhood.
How did you know that?
My children talked to me, and the only thing is they said, Wendy lives where Dad used to live. And I said, where? And they said the apartments. And I said, oh. He had moved out to the apartment complex 4 years prior, and that's all I knew.
When she called and said she was coming over to bring something, I said, okay, I'll meet you. I didn't want her in my apartment because I was there by myself. So I asked her to meet me in front of the leasing office, well-lit public place. She supposedly had some document that changed the whole custody agreement between the two of them to a 50-50 arrangement. But she didn't give me that document. That's what she was bringing for me to take to Jeff to try to convince him to sign.
Do you have a copy of that document?
She does.
I have it here.
Can I
This
see
is
it,
the
please?
actual printed copy, and I wasn't trying to change anything. The only thing I was interested in doing was starting the weekend of Father's Day, which happened to fall on my weekend. He could actually have the children that weekend, and we would alternate from there.
What's the support order in this case?
A child support order from May 2003. That's
Yeah,
never been...
in what amount?
$473 a month.
Are you paying that?
It's not for me to pay, it's for him to pay me. Back when we separated, when we had 50-50, he made 3 times the money I made. So for a year and a half, when we
Here,
had...
just a second. I'm talking about right now.
Right now, there is no order in place for me to pay him. Since I have the children half of the week, and then on the weekends...
You don't have the children half the week. You don't have the children half the
I
week.
carry their health insurance, and again, he makes 3 times the money I make. So
I don't care.
There has not been a change with regard to that.
Well, there should be, sir.
I know there should.
Okay. Well, what is the September 2000, October 2004 order with regard to visitation?
I have those.
Well, I want to see it because that's what the court's
Well,
affirming.
Yeah, we basically went to court 5 times.
I want to see the last order. Do you have it, sir?
No, I don't, but I think I could shed some light on this for you.
Please, stand up, because that's what I want to see. This last order here merely says that the order of October 22nd is modified to provide for overnight visitation, alternate weekends, Friday to Sunday. What you gave to her contains 7 things, including holidays, major parts of the summer, etc. Now, you want to shed light? I'm more than happy to hear you.
This is what happened. We basically had 50-50 custody with our kids. In our original paperwork, I put that if she moved more than 30 miles away from where we both lived, which I knew she was going to be moving out to the Fredericksburg Culpeper area. She's had the same boyfriend even while she was still living in my house. That's kind of what happened here. She moved out there without telling me a word. When I found out, I went back to court. They basically said, the girls can't live out there with you. I ended up getting custody of my kids full time. And basically what she has now is she'll pick them up from me, drive them around in circles till she brings them back at 7 o'clock at night. It's a total fiasco. My kids are getting dropped off who knows where, and she doesn't even spend the time she has with them. That's a serious problem. They are 12, 11, and 7. My daughters are preteen, and they think they're going on 20. It's a problem. Their problem with me is I have rules. When they're with their mother, nobody's around to see if they're obeying the rules or not. You know, best thing that ever happened to me and my daughters, and I just think she's jealous. All I want is to be left alone. I never wanted child support from her.
Okay,
and
well,
I
you can't be
even
left
do that.
alone, sir, because you picked this lady to be the mother of your children.
I understand
And she's
that.
going to be the mother of your children forever.
But should I be penalized for being stupid at 24?
Well,
For the rest of my life?
Listen, should your children be penalized?
Absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying to you, sir. They have a mother. And for better or worse, they have two parents. It's not a good thing for them not to feel loved and supported by both parents. Now, children, in situations like this where you live far away from each other and have to live with one parent or another, they're living with you.
And
That's
they're happy
great.
doing it.
That's great. And I can understand her perspective of she would like to have her children with her. She made her choices 4 years ago, and unfortunately, now she would like to have her choice and the children too. That's not going to happen. Do you understand that?
Oh, I understand.
Good. You can't have your choice, your heart, and your children. You left. That's it. That doesn't mean that she's going to leave you alone. She's not going to leave you alone because that's what happens. She's not smart enough to leave you alone. She's not smart enough to say, this is it, this is the story, and she will continue to fight you for your children. Children will get older. You'll make a rule for your 15-year-old. You won't like a boyfriend. She'll say, I'm going to mommy. Get over it. It's going to happen. That's what happens when people get divorced. Now you can sit down. Now, tell me the rest of the stalking, madam, so that I can make a judgment with regard to this case.
Okay.
And move on.
The following at the tanning salon, the following me in the car, there were, all the instances are listed there. I don't remember them all now. Factored in with, I was afraid all the time because she didn't represent herself as a stable, sane person to me. And I don't mean to be mean, but that's what it was. So
Give
I was
me an
afraid.
example.
Trying to sneak over that custody agreement, she showed up with the custody agreement and then wouldn't even give it to me. She asked for my email, saying it wasn't dark enough for me to read. Could she email it? She was trying to gather more information. I handed her over my email address, though, thinking, great, it'll stop the phone calls, and she won't be bashing her husband. She'll be sending me email. But I'm afraid of her. The final straw was Father's Day when I picked her children up Father's Day evening at McDonald's. Was afraid they would get into it because it was a bad day for everybody. Picked him up. She came storming over to my car, yelling, give me Taylor's cell phone. His daughter had a cell phone, which her father took away because she was using it to deceive and lie to him. He gave Beth plenty of warning that he would take it away if he ever saw it again. She told her to sneak it in the house in her backpack and keep it on vibrate so her dad didn't know. So she was storming over at me, got right in my face. I rolled up my window and drove away. But I was very afraid of her at that time, and that's what precipitated the police report.
Anything else you want to tell me?
I would like to tell my side of the story because this is just totally made up. I did meet Ms. Shively for the first time on June 7th. She did call, asked if we could talk, indicated she didn't want to have any problems. I agreed. Talked for about 20 minutes, offered me her cell phone number. It was very nice. So I left and got the girls, and my daughter saw her at the pool standing at the fence with her son, so they walked over to say hi. I took a glass of water to want a cup, and Mr. Corey pulled up and said, make a new friend. I'd pass on that, and I left with my middle daughter. 5 minutes later, he called me and left me a very nasty email saying she sees right through you, that sort of scenario. He's basically saying, while I have my children with me, I'm stalking her.
Your children aren't with you when you have them.
On 5:30, I picked up the girls on 5:29.
Tell me about the incident with the cell phone.
With regard to the cell phone, I had given my daughter a cell phone back in October. I showed up to get her. Evening, I got a very nasty email from him telling me that he doesn't want me to come by anymore to get the girls to meet him at McDonald's. That's fine. At 6 p.m., I showed up at McDonald's. Ms. Shively was there to get the children. I got out of the vehicle with my daughters, walked to her car, and I said, did you bring the cell phone with me? I had left or with you. I had left a message on Friday at his house saying I'd like to get my cell phone back. Did this in front of 3 people. It was not nasty. She said, no, I don't have it. And I said, well, can you go get it? And she said, no, he says he'll give it to you when you go to court. And I said, what does assault and my cell phone have to do with each other? She said, I don't know, don't put me in the middle. And I said, fine. And I walked away, got in my car, I drove to the police station, which was a couple miles away, and I told the officer, he's got my property. I've been going through this kind of abuse for 4 years. I want my cell phone back.
Where were your girls when you went to the police station?
They had just left with Ms. Shively, so I went by myself.
So you dropped the children off and you went to the police station?
Correct, because I did want my property returned to me. He had no right to confiscate it.
Just a second. You had no property.
I had a cell phone.
No, dear. You gave the cell phone to your daughter. Listen to me. That's a gift.
Okay.
It's not your property.
Okay.
Okay. So let me tell you, I have to make a judgment as to whether or not your actions, just listen, okay, whether your actions were sufficient to cause her to feel fearful enough to seek a protective order. Okay. And I'm going to refer to 2 things, 2 objective things that you did, because I don't know, I wasn't there. I couldn't tell, based upon what either one of you tell me, whether or not you were making calls to her and saying bad things about him. I can't tell whether or not you were, in fact, driving back and forth. There's no videotape of you driving back and forth, but you did 2 things that suggest to me that you're more angry than you seem. I'm speaking. That you're more angry than you would seem to want to convey to me. 1, for no apparent reason, you went to the tanning salon because you were curious about who signed the consent. There was no reason for you to be curious. Your former husband has physical custody of these children. He can do whatever he wants to do. I assume it was in the children's best interest. As a matter of fact, you agree that it was in the children's best interest, but your nose was tweaked as to who signed the consent. And not only did you go there, but once you saw that she had signed the consent, you said to them, she's not their mother, I'm their mother, give me the forms, I will sign the consent, because that's what objectively you did. The second thing you objectively did was, after you dropped the children off in June, with regard to this cell phone, instead of just saying, listen, I'm not going to get myself exercised over this cell phone, I'm going to the police. The police? Over a cell phone? And you knew why he had taken the cell phone away from her. He took the cell phone away from her because she wasn't doing the right thing. Miss Shively probably had good cause to file a complaint against you. In any event, your complaint for false arrest is dismissed. Case is dismissed. That's all.
What is our excuse? You may step out.